everybody. Welcome into our WrestleMania Night 2 watch along. The last word behind the turnbuckle, whatever you want. You guys are here watching on YouTube or on social media. Now, I am the coach. What we're going to do is this. We're going to have the last three matches here because I'll be honest with you, 14 hours is just too freaking long. And then we're going to have a full recap of Night 1 and Night 2. What did you make of it? What did you like? Originally, this was going to be a premium show, but we decided, hey, it's kind of our first WrestleMania. We'll make this for everybody. We're adding a happy hour on Tuesday for our premium customers only. So if you want to become a member, you can do that in the next couple of days. But this is going to be for everybody. Hey, Classic JC Live. If you want your voice to be heard here on this watch-along, or you have a thought, you can do that through a super sticker, or if you are a premium member already, you have that advantage. All right, joining me tonight, a man who had 32 years inside of the WWE, which means he was there for more than 70% of these WrestleManias. Please welcome in from the last word, Big Tommy C. What's good, man?
What's up, Coach? What's up, Rafi? We're on Night 2. WrestleMania is here, and I'm ready to go, Coach.
All right, well, right now, Logan Paul is doing his entrance, and we bring in our guy, Rafael Esparza, our numbers guy. Rafael, real quick, were the sports books happy that Io Sky won the first match tonight, or not happy?
They're very happy today. Yesterday, well, that's another story. So I think they got most of their money back so far today, and we still have matches to go.
By the way, real quick, and I know we're going to talk about Night 1 on our post-Mania show. We're going to be here for however long we need to be here as soon as Cody and John Cena are done. But Jey Uso, there's no way he could have wrestled tonight, by the way, guys. Did you see how drunk he was? He was drunk in the press conference at the building. And then he went to Live nightclub after the show last night. And I spoke with a person. Do you know what time they left the nightclub last night?
4:30.
5 a.m. in the morning. They were at Live nightclub until, 5 a.m. last night.
I've been there, Coach. I've been at Live, not that long, but I've been there.
All right, if you guys, we're going to be having people coming in all the time, whether you're watching on YouTube or on social media. Again, if you want your voice to be heard, we are working. You can do it via a super sticker or being a premium member. All right, guys, as we watch AJ Styles do his entrance here at Las Vegas, we'll have probably 2 or 3 minutes. Tommy, let me start with you. So far tonight, the winners, Io Sky, Drew McIntyre beat Damian Priest. How about Dirty Dom, your new Intercontinental champion? And then just moments ago, Joe Henry got his WrestleMania moment. However, it was courtesy of not one, but 2 RKOs. What have you made of tonight so far?
Well, Night 2 just seems to be, and since they've gone to 2 nights, Night 2 seems to be the better night. The crowd's into it. I'm shocked that Io Sky won. I love that Dominic won because I had Finn pinning Dominic and doing a little program. I love the whole thing, and I think the match we're going to see right now is going to steal the show, guys.
There's nothing better, Tommy and Raphael, than when you have a match at WrestleMania that can then lead to a storyline after WrestleMania. And certainly the Finn Balor Dirty Dom situation did that. And you throw in a third person, Braun Breaker's just going to be pissed. He's going to go on a rampage. A rampage, which is what we're here for, huh, Raphael?
Yeah, it was crazy. I was totally blown away in the car watching the women's match because thought it was going to be a little bit late because of traffic. So I'm watching it in my phone. It was just nuts. I thought it was a fantastic women's match. We needed Io Sky. Everybody was on Rhea Ripley, even though we had Io at minus money towards before they went into the ring. We still kept on controlling the Rhea Ripley money that kept on coming in.
Go ahead, Tommy.
Hey, Coach, I got a question for you, and even Rafi. Why do you think they kept the title on Io Sky? Are you shocked? I mean, we're all shocked that this happened. I would love to hear your take on this.
So I have a theory. As AJ's going to all 4 corners, that I think last night we proved this week that Triple H is paying attention to social media. He called out our podcast along with us. All right. So I think everything last night was predictable. Fatu winning, predictable. Jey Uso, predictable. And my gut is they were going to do a different finish. But they said, you know what? Last night, everything that happened that people thought was going to happen did. And I think they wanted to shock the people coming right out of the gate with her winning. I thought some of the spots were amazing.
Oh,
Absolutely
yeah.
amazing. But that's my thoughts. Starting the match here, Raphael, why do you think Io Sky won?
110% agree with you. The yesterday was so, besides the main event, was so easy to predict who was going to win, how it was going to be won. Tonight, it was just so far so unpredictable, and a lot of matches, Dirty Dom, Io. So that match was just phenomenal. I mean, both three of those ladies deserve a hats off because that was a fantastic match.
And as you guys know, take it from a person who's had a couple of pay-per-view wins in his career. You know, when you're putting together, Tom, you understand a triple threat match. I didn't have a lot in my career, but, you know, it's never easy. It's never easy to put those together. So it is what it is. We'll break it all down in the post-Mania show. You guys don't want to go anywhere at the end of the night. Guys, already, we have almost 1,000 people watching in the first 5 minutes. This is absolute banana land. You guys are finding us. We can't thank you enough, whether it's on social media or on our YouTube. Was Dirty Dom minus 140 to win that, wasn't it, Rafi?
He closed at minus 260, opened at plus 750.
Wait. He opened at 750 when you put out the odds on my bookie, which you do. And then that tells me somebody knew something. Yeah. Somebody knew to go all the way to minus 2. That's almost $1,000 move.
Yeah, but I just think perfect example. I think what we saw last night compared to what we saw, I think everyone was like, hey, you know what? It can't be so predictable every match that we're going to see. I think a lot of money came in on that. That's why. And then I think we did see some stuff coming out late last night about maybe him getting the belt.
He is going to elevate that title, Coach.
He is with Liv.
Stick it to Finn. Him and Liv together. I can't wait for this. I can't wait for it.
Hopefully they do a lot of creative stuff. By the way, guys, I'm gonna change the game real quick. I'm changing the game. You can get on the show, super sticker, premium member, or if you live outside of the United States. We have somebody from Northern Ireland that just sent us a hello. Northern Ireland, what up to you? Respect finding us 2 hours in. I love it. I love it. By the way, did you guys have Joe Henry being the mystery opponent for?
No.
I almost put the field because we had odds on who Randy Orton would wrestle, and everyone was betting Rusev or whatever you want to call him. Everyone bet him, so we cleaned up on that one. But I almost put the field, like I had so many names listed. I even had the coach, his name listed. Coach was minus or plus 3,000, even though I know he was at home watching, but no one bet it. And Coach, no one bet you either.
Last year they did. Last year,
Yeah.
and then I was on the original list of people that could face John Cena for his final WrestleMania match, and I had at least 4 people that put money on me. Idiots. But can you imagine if it would have been the coach against John Cena tonight?
Oh my God.
Me and Tommy would be there right now with you. We wouldn't be right.
And Big Tommy C as his wise man.
Hey, you'd be sitting to all the other B-list celebrities they've been showing on the show for the last 2 nights.
Yeah, right.
And now I'm a TV freak.
Yep.
And right now, off to a pretty good start, AJ Styles and Logan Paul. But they're showing all of the Peacock NBC stars. Have you noticed? Like I watch Law and Order: Organized Crime. Do a lot of people? I don't know. But there's a guy on there that you would know him if you watched the show. You would not know him if you didn't watch the show.
Yep.
There's a lot of rappers in the crowd. Jelly Roll was there last night. Tonight, I think your favorite one, Raphael, Little Yachty, was there last night, I believe. You love him.
Jelly Roll needs a new name because he's losing so much weight. We need to give him like a new name or something.
He's there. Yeah, he's there tonight too. I saw him in the crowd.
Well, he's there tonight. Are you sure?
I saw him. Yeah, I thought I saw him.
Oh, I see. I'm a sucker. He's on American Idol tonight as well. And he did a promo, but it's probably already taped. I'm guessing.
Yeah. Yep.
This dude, him and Pat McAfee are tight. They're like almost best friends.
Really?
He was the big musical star at the big night out last week in Pittsburgh. It was Jelly Roll and it was Snoop Dogg.
Yeah. I watched it.
We're already over 1,000 people watching right now. You guys are amazing. So thank you guys very, very much. Let's see if we have any of our premium members in the chat right now. I need to call out right now. No. So we've got a lot of new people finding us, guys. How about that?
That's great.
Tommy, why'd you think this one was going to steal the show? This Logan Paul, AJ Styles.
They're 2 great workers in the ring. They can ground and pound. They can high fly. And I think AJ really wants to put on the show. I mean, suddenly, AJ's not in the forefront anymore, and Logan's on the rise. And I would really love to see And here's my anticipation. I would love to see Logan go over, which I think he will go over. And man, I would love to see him have a program with Jay moving forward. He's a young guy. He's a top heel. Jay is a top baby face. And what a way to kick off that championship, that championship run with Jay and Logan for a couple of months. It would definitely elevate.
Tommy, you got to stop talking crazy. You got to stop talking. How can we have a part-time talent? That would never work.
Wow.
A part-time talent is Jey Uso. You're talking crazy, Tommy. Crazy, I say.
I know.
It'd be amazing. It'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. By the way, did you guys see? I don't know when the Slammy Awards. They've had 8,000 shows this week. I can't even keep up. But at the Slammy Awards, Drew McIntyre won the best social media star or something, and Logan Paul did an interview. He did a video that was probably better than the actual Slammy Awards, where he was bitching about not even being nominated for a Slammy Award for the event that he would dominate because he has more social media followers than all of them combined, and it's not close. Oh, it could be over. Frog Splash, Logan Paul, 1, 2. No, that's a kick out. By the way, guys, a finish is no longer a finish. Let's stop calling them finishing moves because everybody is – that is crazy.
Oh.
This kid is – are you kidding me with that replay?
Yeah.
This kid's a sick athlete.
Dude, he's a natural, man. A natural. It's unbelievable.
Hey, producer man, can we get a 3-shot there real quick there, big boy? We got producer man doing 8,000 jobs right now. By the way, did you guys see the post from Gabby out there?
Yes.
She's taking Vegas by storm. She went to the last match, by the way, the wrestling musical that we featured here on the show. Sold out. People are talking about Eric Bischoff went. I got a call middle of the night from Jeremiah, who's here on the show. And I think he's a little intoxicated, to be honest with you. Oh, here we go. Look at but he said it was the best thing that ever could have happened. So maybe we have all of us going to the last match one of these days when we take our first behind the turnbuckle road trip.
Wow.
Yeah, went really, really well. And Gabby's been a rock star out there. She's been all over Vegas. I've been seeing stuff going. Who they think she's a WWE superstar. Like she's been stopped. I swear to God.
Really?
Like she's been stopped.
superstar. She's not a. She's a BTT.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, how pissed off is she that Rhea didn't win?
Bro, she wouldn't even text me back. I texted her and I said, "That's the
her
right
head
move."
exploded.
Oh my, she's losing it right now.
I told her Io was going to win, and she almost yelled at me again. So,
are you kidding me? Did you guys just see that move by Logan Paul?
No,
he did a full split on top of AJ Styles, a split, and then came down on his chest.
Wow,
this kid,
yeah,
this
and
kid
he's working with the guy too, man. I mean, AJ is just unbelievable.
Well, the one thing I've noticed, and Raphael, this is one thing when you're in the WWE, if you're a really good pro, and I saw AJ Styles talk about this, he's had so many injuries. He understands he's probably 1 to 3 years left, I would say.
Yeah.
And little slippage there. That's okay. Kick out. What he wants to do is help on the way out the door. And I've dealt with a lot of guys who didn't want to do that. But if you're a true pro and you've been around, you've been lucky enough to be there for 10 plus years like AJ, you hand Logan Paul the baton and let him run with it. Mm-hmm. So it would make sense if Logan Paul wins here. Complete sense.
Yeah, he has to win this match. It would definitely hurt him a little. I mean, now AJ's no slouch, but this kid is up on the rise, man. He's the next big time heel, I think, that can really carry this company somewhere where it's never been before. That's how much faith I have in this kid, the way he can just cut a promo and just his work in the ring. And we all know he works hard, right? Shane Helms told us that when we had a month on an interview months ago.
That's the best he's ever had. Best he's ever had.
Yep. Can I give out a hatred bet on this one? So Logan Paul opened up at -260, closed at -$3. I think all three of us knew he was going to win this match. People were betting, and I heard this from customers over at MYB. They did not want to put their money on. They were just fading, hoping that he would win, that he would lose. So they were betting AJ Styles just to know.
Wow.
I was no way I was going to bet a part-timer named Paul to win at WrestleMania. So we were getting dumb money. I hate to say it, dumb money coming in when all three of us knew it was going to be Logan Paul tonight.
Let's be honest. A lot of wrestling betting is dumb money because
yes
they bet
and
with
no.
their heart.
Yes and no.
It is. I'm saying for the average person, not you.
Yeah.
I'm saying, but the average person is going to bet with their favorite. That's what you don't have people sitting around like handicapping wrestling, going, "Yeah, I think this guy's going to hit 3 suplexes." No, they go, "Man, I love this kid. I'm going to bet on him," or "I love this kid. I'm going to bet on him."
That's why I didn't understand why people were betting Rhea Ripley. She has an under 500 record when it comes to the championship itself.
I love how you look at everything, because I was making fun of Michael Cole today because he's like, Kofi is 2-6.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, these are predetermined matches. So it'd be like saying, if I want to be 10-0 at WrestleMania, guess what? I could be 10-0 at WrestleMania. So when they throw those numbers out there, like you just did, Raphael, it has always made me laugh, going, "Oh, she never steps up to the plate." Because they don't allow her to step up to the plate.
I am saying that on a numbers point of view. You guys are saying it as I work there point of view.
No, I'm saying it as it doesn't make any sense point of view.
Right.
Because using that as a metric for your odds, they can decide literally with this pin right here.
I agree.
That they could change the winner of the match literally before they go out.
Charlotte money came in all day yesterday, and another under 500 record in a championship match.
Hey,
and Tippy time was plus money when a game fight went off.
What's that?
We have a kid from Kansas here. His name is Coach. He's in the field picking the corn. Who would ever think he was going to be right alongside the chairman and be a friggin' GM of the flagship show Raw? End of story. Vince
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you. All right, you guys are watching
faith in Coach.
Yeah, nobody else did. Another great move by Logan Paul. If you're just joining us here, the number just keeps climbing up. Logan Paul 1, it's over. 2, and no, it is not over. This is a live watch along for WrestleMania. Thank you all for joining us. The number just continues to climb, so thank you. If you have any questions, you know what? I'll go through some of them. If you guys want to do a super sticker, great. I'm feeling generous tonight. Somebody asked, we do have another opponent that we don't know of later tonight, so there's only 2 matches left. You got the women's tag team, and then you got the match that everybody's been waiting for, Cody and John Cena. Do we 45 hours says WrestleMania's been kind of boring. I got to be honest, guys. Last night, I did not think it was a very fun night of wrestling to watch. I thought the triple threat was pretty good. Tonight, how would you guys rate this tonight? I would probably say the one I enjoyed the most was the Fatal 4-Way so far.
Yeah.
Io Sky, that was a surprise. I don't know if I loved it, but I think sometimes when you have a very top-heavy show, this feels like a very top-heavy show, and then they just added the Randy in there, so we're going to have seven matches on both nights. Makes for a very, very long night, does it not?
Yeah. And you know what? Even the Jey Uso match, I felt the crowd was a little dead. I thought this crowd would really go ballistic when he won, but I just wasn't feeling it. And then we saw Jimmy come in, and they came in and they hugged each other. But the crowd, I just thought we were going to see yeeting all over the place. And for maybe it was me and my television or what, but I just didn't feel it, guys. I don't know if you felt the same way about it. It didn't have the feel that we thought it was going to have when he won the championship. How do you guys feel
on that? And we have to remember what we're seeing is one show. They literally are starting. They had an NXT show the other day at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
You've got people partying all night. You had videos of people at the club at 5 a.m. These people are not just coming to WrestleMania. Plus, there's a 2-hour pre-show both nights. So the WWE is asking these fans to sit in this arena for 14 hours total.
Yeah.
After they're at the pool, after they're at WrestleCon. You saw the lines for Wrestle World, WWE World. I mean, these people have no energy left, which is why it should be a one-night event, period. One night. Let me know in the chat. Just write 1 or 2 if you'd rather WrestleMania be one night or 2 nights. Yeah. What would you prefer, Raphael?
Oh,
one or night. 2?
One night. But this is going to be very interesting because they said it's really hot in the arena today. It's probably 10 degrees hotter than it was yesterday. The sun has been out in Vegas all day. It was partly cloudy yesterday. So we could see some slippage and maybe some over sweating in this match, especially the longer it goes, because the longer those lights stay on at Allegiant, it's probably going to get hotter and hotter. But also, I also heard that security lines were really bad to get into the arena because you're double checking. So maybe some of the crowds for the USO were probably still waiting outside to get into their seats because the security lines have been really, really hectic this week.
Part of the reason the security's been so hectic is there's a lot of high-level people showing up, like the Turkey Al-Sheikh, who, he's doing all the boxing stuff. He's a super billionaire. He had like 8 security with him. By the way, Tommy, did you see that Big was escorting him around on social media?
I knew that was him.
It was big. It was big. Oh! Wow! Did you guys just see that? A full 1.5 into double knees. These two guys, Tommy, you're right. These two guys are absolutely still in the show. And Logan Paul, for never wrestling, his cardio is next level.
Yeah.
He's not even tired.
Yeah.
I think he's going to win. I think it's over. No. Oh, flip. Oh, he's going to repeat it. They repeated the same move. This is incredible. And for AJ to trust, just so you guys know who are watching right now, Logan Paul is such a novice, comparatively speaking, because he's not here 52 weeks. Oh, who's that? Who is that?
Oh, that's Logan's buddy, isn't it? Didn't he do something once before?
I can't think of his name, though.
Coach, the guy we want to be pushed, Karrion Kross. He's going to screw AJ.
Oh, there he is right there. Karrion Kross. You might be a few seconds ahead, Tommy, because he just came into my pin right now, or my screen right now. So Karrion Kross, who's been everywhere this weekend, and now this buddy of his is just being thrown by AJ. You watch. Karrion's going to pop it. You watch. I'll put him on your fingers and pop him. Put him on the...
Oh!
Tommy, you're a few seconds ahead, bud.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Maybe I can fast forward mine. No, I'm right on streaming. All right, so AJ Styles he throws it away, and he pops Karrion Kross. So AJ, that's the ultimate babyface move right there. He's like, I don't need these stinking brass knuckles to win. All right, whoever has her head, I need it turned down because now I know that it's over. We need to turn the sound down so we don't give it away 10 seconds ahead of time. All right, thank you. So clearly, all right. So it's going to be Logan Paul and 1, 2, and 3, and that's exactly what it should have been. Crowd hates it. Good for business, and Karrion Kross is now involved, right, Tommy?
Yep, and now you could have AJ Kross doing a little program, right?
There's no question.
Yeah.
So what did Logan Paul go off as?
He went up at minus 250, closed at minus $3.
Look at that kid. That has just star written all over him. The other part of this that I absolutely love, is that not only is he hated outside of the ring, but he's kind of hated inside of the ring, as far as inside the business. Because there's a lot of wrestlers that will sit around and complain. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, my God. That was amazing. To have the balls to do that, and then for Logan to be able to put the knees perfectly is just absolutely incredible. That was a great match. That was a great match.
You know, Coach, you've taken bumps, right? You got to have the complete trust of that other guy, and AJ must trust him to the nth degree.
You can't hold back on that. You can't go, I'm going to do the whatever, 270, whatever it is.
Overizer, whatever.
And I tell you what, I think Karrion Kross, he's been in character this entire weekend. He was at the Hall of Fame. He was pissed off. He threatened to beat up Peter Rosenberg. I think he's really starting to buy into being this heel. And I just want them to offer Logan Paul enough money to come back to wrestle full time. Because I think right now he's only like 15 appearances a year, 10 to 15. But you need this kid. They are not deep enough. Do you guys agree with me or not? Right?
What's the price?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I guarantee he's already making 7 figures for 15 appearances.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee it.
Wow.
But the parent company doesn't like to pay talent. All right, let's recap right now as they go to a break with The Miz. By the way, these Snickers commercials have been horrendous. You know the classic. Are you hungry? They have been off. This one right here makes no sense, and I love Miz. Makes no sense. And then you had another one that made no sense. It's supposed to be where they're out. All right, I'm back on. I waved my hands too much. All right, let's recap real quick. You guys are amazing. You're watching the Behind the Turnbuckle, BTT, The Last Word, a live watch-along. My man Raphael, Big Tommy, I am the coach. We are every Monday after Raw. We are everywhere all the time. Coach and Bro Show as well. Almost 1.6. So 1,600. Yeah, 1,600 watching just on social media. So thank you all. It's amazing for the last 20 minutes or so. All right, guys, here are the winners so far. So we just saw Logan Paul beat AJ Styles without any outside interference, sort of. Randy Orton beats Joe Henry. Special surprise. We have Dirty Dom, the new Intercontinental Champion. Drew McIntyre wins in a banger with Damian Priest. And then Io Sky shocks the world tonight, beating Bianca and Rhea in the first match of the night. So they're throwing up a bunch of numbers right now. Did you guys see that yesterday there was more wait time and entrance time than there was match time?
I didn't see that.
My buddy sent me a text of that, and I'm like, wow, that's just incredible.
It is. They rebuilt the announcer table, by the way. It's always funny. Raphael, they had 2 hours and 11 minutes of wait time and of entrance time. I think the main event last night, it had to be, if you include the packages inside the entrances, which was very different for me. Having that CM Punk match leading into the entrance, I loved it. But it had to be 30 minutes of entrances. Would you say 20 to 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were so long. I was like, damn. Yeah. I was sitting in my daughter's musical last night. I was checking my phone for you clowns to send me text messages. And I was like, how's this thing not started yet? And then I came home and watched it. I was like, good Lord. I think I could have gone to the musical and came home in time for that damn thing to start.
I mean, the flamethrower took like 15 minutes.
Yeah. By the way, Vanessa Hudgens, you know what's becoming funny? And I really shouldn't tease about this, but they have, because of the Netflix situation, have you noticed they have a lot of the same celebrities at all of these events? Yeah. Like my boy Fluffy, love him to death. And if I was a super funny comedian, I would probably do the same thing. He had his own show on Thursday. He was at the show last night. I think he's there tonight. Terrence Crawford is there as well. So it's a lot of the same celebrities that were there January 6th. They're like, hell, you're going to give me tickets to WrestleMania? I'll be there too in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
You know?
We love Fluffy, man. He's a great guy.
Love Fluffy here. Love. By the way, Quavo's in attendance, and he's getting a divorce from the wife, and we saw that the wife is going to be hosting SummerSlam in New Jersey. Cardi B. She's going to be. Can you imagine coming around at the start of SummerSlam in August? Hello, everybody. Welcome to New Jersey. That's even in the promo, she sounded like that. We'll have to make odds. What sounds worse, Kim Kardashian, my last WrestleMania 2008, announcing the attendance, or Cardi B?
Or Rhea Ripley screaming.
Or, God, Rhea Ripley's voice.
Every time she talks, I hear Coach. I see Coach's head in my mind every time Rhea Ripley opens her mouth.
Imagine my head exploding in your mind. Oh, God. Work with a dialect, Coach. All right, here we go, boys. All right, we got 2 fights left. 2 matches left. We've got the women, and then we have Cody and John Cena. I got to be honest with you. I am really, really so excited about Cody and John. I hope this match right here takes about 2 seconds. I could care less about this match. Anybody else?
I care about Liv's outfit.
Tommy,
did you see her outfit at the club?
I did see her at the club.
Oh, yeah.
She's my MVP. I mean, everything she does. I don't know if you guys saw it. She was doing an appearance. Daniel Cormier was hosting, a former UFC champ. She comes out. She got pissed at the crowd for not big enough of a pop. And she goes backstage and she made them do her whole entrance over again. I was like, that's a boss right there. Yeah, that's a boss right there on a Thursday at Wrestling World. So amazing outfit for Liv. And she's so annoyingly perfect. Yeah, I mean, it's just like every guy in the place thinks they have a shot with her. You've got no chance with her. And she knows it. And the more she chews her gum and flips her hair, the more annoying she gets. So everything she's doing is spot on. And Tommy, we started a little over a year ago. Could you ever imagine that Liv in the last year would do what she's doing?
No, we weren't even hot on her, right, Coach? We were saying, man, what are they doing with her? And she did a complete 180, and she is as hot as she's ever been. She knows how to handle her character now. She knows how to create heat. That's why with her and Dom and him and his Intercontinental Championship, I can't wait to see some entertaining stuff because that's what we need. More entertainment in this program. Definitely.
Somebody in the chat said, "Has Bailey announced that she's all elite yet?" That's pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
It's not funny. I like Bailey. It's not funny.
See, here's the problem with you, Raphael, when it comes to Bailey in particular, is that you never like things to end. Bailey is vanilla, super sweet, super nice. She's what we call in the business a great hand. She's not a star. And she was on Busted Open the other day. They were on location, and somebody called her a legend. And she goes, guys, I'm not a legend yet because I'm still doing it. They said, how about living legend? And I'm like, Tommy Dreamer, what are you talking about? Living legend. All right, here we go. Who's going to be the new partner for Lyra?
I'm hoping it's not Chelsea Green because we lose a lot of money because will they show Chelsea Green at all in the ring the next 2 days? Because we had this discussion that she's so disrespected, not putting her in WrestleMania at all. So everyone bet yes that Chelsea Green will make
Chelsea's a heel, right? She's a heel in the IC champ.
I agree, but I'm just saying I'm hoping it's not Chelsea Green. That's all I'm saying.
She's very entertaining. I love it.
All right, so Lyra's going with the feathers and the wings. Yeah. All right, quickly make a prediction. Not it's who you don't want it to be. Who do you think it is going to be?
I think it's Becky.
Becky, Tommy.
Chelsea Green.
I'm going to say Chelsea Green. There's no way it would be the dumbest move in the world to bring a star the level of Becky Lynch back in this position right here. I mean,
producer man, are you hiring?
Sorry, Rob.
I'm going to say it's going to be. Oh gosh, I just don't know who hasn't.
I'm watching a basketball game.
I'm watching you guys are like 10 seconds ahead.
I'm watching the Warriors game.
No, you're not. They haven't even started yet. All right, here it comes. Click. It is. Raphael, I'll give it to you.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
I don't need a job, producer man.
Out of all the opportunities, Coach.
Well, maybe here's the only thing I can think of is that her cardio isn't where she wants it to be for a singles match.
And she's best friends with Lyra. Although they had heat on the way out.
Okay.
Wow. Rafi, I got to hand it to you, bro. There was no way I was seeing this happening.
They are crying.
Last night.
Do you see this? There's a girl cry. They are literally losing their minds.
Yeah.
That's what I've been saying. Why she's not back before now. She is an absolute superstar.
and you know what? Coach?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what? When she said, she did an interview, I'm not wrestling anytime soon, you knew she was coming back then. She said it like last week or something like that.
She's the only female in the history of the world that came up with the most genius nickname of all time, and it stuck. When you call yourself the man. All right. So
wow.
Here's also why it makes sense. I got a nice little note from producer man. He said, remember how Liv last year said she retired Becky? That was kind of a running thing, and we forget about that sometimes. That's the best part, when you forget about it and you can bring those storylines back to where you're at right now. So this crowd went from sitting on their hands. We're trying to get Gabby to come on the show live because she's actually there in person.
Becky Lynch was 5-1 to make an appearance at WrestleMania.
Wow,
5-1.
And let's face it, Coach, Liv could use this little boost having a program with Becky, right? She's been kind of when you put her to tag team and you're not getting pushed as hard anymore. Little program with Becky, man, elevates her right back up again.
Okay.
She looks great. Wow.
Oh, no, I still can't believe no Chelsea. The whole 2 days, no Chelsea Green.
All right, hold on for a second. I'm going to listen to Michael Cole to see what he's saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, a lot of things could happen here. I don't hate this. I just thought that it would be something involving Charlotte, but I think maybe they were like that is its own thing. So there's a lot of things that could happen here. So this crowd is absolutely, they're all on her feet. They're all on their feet. This is exactly what they hope for. So now Liv, she's so good with her facials. She's now went from cocky to, oh shit, this is Becky Lynch. And this is the infusion, guys, of star power that the WWE needs right now, especially on the women's side. Classic heel move. Tag in your partner. Liv gets out. That's what you do. That's what you do. But can you guys imagine that conversation? Hey, Bailey, we need to talk to you. Oh, yeah? what about? Oh! All right, I'll turn this sound down real quick. All right, if you're just joining us, Becky Lynch has just been introduced as the new tag team partner of Lyra. And it would make sense, guys, wouldn't it, to let them win the tag team titles here?
Oh, definitely.
I mean, does it hurt? Yeah, I mean.
And then you could do a rerun back at the next premium live event, them going at it again, something like that. Although I'd rather see Liv and Becky have a little nice program.
I want to see Liv and Don have belts together. I think that'd be more entertaining if they both have belts together.
See, there's certain people that they get to a point where they don't need belts. And I don't know if Liv is there yet, but she does utilize the belt into her heel persona very, very well. Not everybody's able to do that.
Right.
What if Bailey comes out and interferes, and that's how Becky loses the fight?
You booking? Look at you book.
Yeah, look at Raphael booking a little bit. All I know is
I'm here all week, guys. I'm here all week.
Bailey's not happy though. I don't give a shit. I mean, every single person, every talent dreams of a WrestleMania spot. And when you get told, sorry, we're going to do a bad skit backstage, like your shoulder is ripped out of its socket, so that we can have Becky Lynch find a spot, I guarantee you she was in tears. I guarantee
Do you think, Coach, she still got her payday?
Well, see, Tommy, but the paydays are different now. It's not like the old days where you made a bonus for being on WrestleMania. Just for anybody who's watching right now that they know, like main event back in the day when they would get pay-per-view money would be a $1 million payday to whoever's in the main event. Back then it was only one night, remember? Yeah. And then you get paid on down the list. And a WrestleMania payday for an opening match back then was still 10, 15 grand. For a normal house show, you're talking 1,500 to 2,000. But for this now, it's completely different because there's no more pay-per-views. So there's no pay-per-view money. So I don't think it matters. I really don't think that it matters.
That's where I thought it was going to be Becky. Because if you're Bailey and you get replaced by Chelsea, then I think you walk out and say, you know what? I'm really, really upset. But she can't fight back to replace it for Becky.
But I don't think she could fight back if it was Chelsea Green either.
Right. Yeah.
I'm talking Chelsea, more upset.
Well, but she's over like Grover.
Yep.
And she does it all on her own. Yep. What does Bailey do? I don't see any
All-Star game
social
weekend,
media.
Playing basketball.
Oh my God! Stop! Not you. Stop! Just stop them with that. I mean, she looked like a little. Why would you put her in a celebrity basketball game to look like she's the smallest person out there? You take away all of the. She's not big at all.
And Raph, the fans were pissed off that Chelsea was not on the card at all.
Oh yeah,
100%. Did you guys see? We had our interview with Matt Cardona this week. Did you see they did a video last night? They were at dinner after the show, and
Yes.
Cardona says, we're having our own WrestleMania moment, and later on tonight in room 219,
That's great.
He said the Intercontinental title's going to be on the line.
Hey, Coach, did you see he got hired by Busted Open?
I did. He got hired
Really?
by Busted Open.
Nice.
Natalia got.
Yeah.
I think it's on a very limited basis. If my contacts are correct, and I think Natalia is going to be on a limited basis. I don't know what it actually means that they're adding all of this new talent. By the way, Baron Corbin was at our PFL event on Friday night. And he's
Really?
so he was down there. Samoa Joe was there.
Samoa Joe was there. I saw that.
Samoa Joe was there. Yeah, I talked to both of them.
You talked to him?
Great.
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I talked to both of them.
And Fabian Edwards won, and coach didn't say anything on air that I picked it on the show that he was going to upset it. But that's
that's going to be the first
I'll talk
thing.
about that tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm doing the post. Oh, now we got Becky chasing Liv. I wonder how good her cardio is right now. Oh, geez, she just took one up the chin. That's the hardest thing for people watching right now, too. When you're gone for an extended period of time, and I guarantee you, she worked out at the Performance Center somewhere.
Right.
But this is the hardest cardio in the world. I think it's over. 1, 2. Nope. That would be my biggest. That would be my biggest.
Is it like ring rust, like they say in boxing and like UFC? Will you say that with their cardio?
I don't even call it ring rust, Raphael. It's just if you ever want to see how bad cardio a regular person truly is, go and run the ropes. First time I ran the ropes, I made it like 2 times back and forth. It's the hardest cardio you've ever experienced in your life. So it's not necessarily the rust with the moves. It's having the cardio to do the moves. That's what's hard. And then when you lift somebody up and all of a sudden you're gassed like somebody's stabbing you in the side, then that's when it becomes dangerous for your opponent. And you don't want to do that.
Gotcha.
You know?
Coach, why is it the hardest cardio? Why is it the ropes? You go into the ropes, or the whole mat?
You're changing real quick. That's why NCAA wrestlers, like real wrestlers, that's why they do so much cardio, because that's the hardest thing you can do is push somebody around and have to move and stay in it. It just is. It's like different than sprints. It's different than baseball running the bags. It's different. It was the hardest thing I ever did.
Yeah.
The hardest thing I ever did. Oh, Becky, a little and I think Liv took a little bit too long, but we're getting there. I said the crowd's alive for this one, guys. The crowd is alive for this one. Look at Becky. She's having an absolute blast.
I mean, how much does she elevate everything, though, Coach?
I mean, that's what we've been saying. There is no substitute for star power. I just wonder, after over a year of negotiating, what's the number they finally agreed on? That's what I want to know right now. How much money did they give up? How much money did she give up? Because she wanted well over $2 million a year. Oh, it could be over. It could be over. I'm going to guess that they had to meet somewhere in the middle. I think Triple H is not stupid. He realized, is she going to tap? Is she going to tap? Are they going to win this way? Oh, here comes Raquel. There you go. See, that's what annoys me in a tag team match where the referee's standing right there. He sees them interfere, and there's no disqualification. It's there. Okay. All right. Becky's going to win. I can see it right now. We're back to one-on-one. And if you're the referee and you want to have any – oh, Liv! Oh, what – this would be huge. This would be huge. 1, 2. Oh, Lyra with the save. What if Liv got the pin over Becky?
Oh, there you go. There's the start right there.
Tommy, you're like 10, 15 seconds from greatness right there. But then she kicks out. But if somehow Liv can beat Becky, Tommy, that would be amazing, because that would be, don't let all right, choke slam. Here it is. 1, 2. It's over. It's over. Clean in the middle of the ring with 60,000 on their feet. So now, gentlemen, Becky Lynch is back. She gives Lyra the rub. She is now instantly elevated the women's division, and she got her payday. Becky Lynch wins. Becky Lynch wins. Your thoughts, Tommy?
I think it's a great jump off point now. Now we move into the Becky Lynch, and she's got so many things to play with here. She's a tag team champ. She can go after Liv. She can go after Tiffany. She can go a million different ways. This elevates the women's division 100%, guys.
It's going to be
100.
interesting, Raphael, to see how Liv spins this. What I would do as a heel is I wasn't prepared. I do game plans. I have to be prepared for it as a champion, and I wasn't prepared, so she took advantage of that. That's what I would do if I was one of the writers. If you want to make it like a sport, let's treat it like a sport.
She could blame the GM. She could do anything, man.
Let's face it, Liv Morgan's outfit won.
Oh, yeah.
I like to call that a win-win, Raphael. It's a win for us. It's a win for the world. So Becky Lynch, I mean, I will continue to repeat myself as our live number is amazing right now. Thank you guys very much. She probably stays. It's so funny. Intern Dan is texting me, and I'm ignoring his text. So now he's writing me stuff in the chat. He's like, read my shit. Read my shit. I'm giving you good nuggets. Read my shit. All right, intern Dan, I'll read your stuff. Becky Lynch probably stayed in shape at Seth's wrestling school using Seth as her training partner. That's probably a very, very good notion to think about.
You ain't getting nothing by Dan, man.
Intern Dan, man. Intern Dan. Oh, by the way, that Fanatics commercial is fire. Absolute fire. All right, guys. And we want to welcome in all the new people watching right now because our number just went up again. You are watching the Behind the Turnbuckle, BTT, we like to call the brand. This is our live watch-along with WrestleMania. I am the coach. He is Raphael. He is Big Tommy C, 32 years inside of the WWE. All right, gentlemen, we are down to the final match of WrestleMania. And, of course, they're going to show a John Cena babyface drumstick commercial on Peacock. That makes all the sense in the world right now, as he's going to walk out in 2 minutes as the biggest heel in the world. So here's the deal. Let's quickly recap. So the last time we saw this storyline start was at the Elimination Chamber 2 months ago. The Rock asked for Cody Rhodes' soul, and instead he got John Cena's soul. And we've discussed it many times. The reason we believe John Cena's storyline purposes only decided to do it is he wants to be at the top of the mountain as a 17-time world heavyweight champion. And this is how you do it. So we have not seen hide nor hair of the great one, the final boss, since the Elimination Chamber. Every time John Cena came out, it was the same stuff over and over. I thought Cody Rhodes on Friday night, guys, had the best, or whatever one that I saw, the best promo I've ever seen him have. The one that ended with him telling John Cena, you still can't wrestle.
Oh,
all right? Fantastic. So now, here we are. This could change the face of pro wrestling for the next 12 months. So give me a 20 to 30 second, I'll start with you, Tommy, and then Raphael will go to you, on what you expect to see over the course of the next 45 minutes.
I expect a really good match, but at some point during this match, we're going to see the final boss, and it's going to have effect on Cody Rhodes losing his title tonight. We definitely need to see the final boss tonight in order to close this story right here and continue on with a new era of a champion in John Cena, 17-time champ. Unbelievable. I can't wait to see what's going to happen here. I really can't.
All right, so you think it's going to be John Cena.
Yes,
I should tell everybody he is advertised and scheduled to be at Monday Night Raw tomorrow, which I think is at the T-Mobile Arena, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
I think it's sold out because they have not advertised it on the rundown every time that Michael Cole talks about it. So I think it's already sold out. Raphael, lay out what the next 45 minutes looks like.
John Cena gets the record. John Cena turns on The Rock. The Rock that shows up, and then they have a one-on-one battle. Maybe not in a ring, but maybe a mic battle or something. But I think John Cena goes back to heel just to stick it to The Rock. So he's turns dirty for a couple months and goes back to babyface after this match.
All right. Real quick, we do have a super sticker. We read all of them here on the show. Nate G says, hope Cardona writes you a thank you letter, hashtag the rub. You know, Nate, he got that busted open job because of me. You're damn right. Where's that thank you letter, Matt Cardona? I'll get with him in a second. We love Busted Open. We want to be on Busted Open at some point. Yep. All right, here's the deal. Because I think The Rock is going to start building. It's going to be kind of the Nation of Domination Part 2, just not with all black dudes in it. And I think that you saw Seth Rollins last night with Paul Heyman. I think John Cena. And I think somehow Seth Rollins is aligned with The Rock and will play a part of what we see tonight. We also know that Travis Scott is hold the phone for a second. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Here comes Stone Cold Steve Austin, the Texas Rattlesnake.
Whoa.
So he clearly is now not going to be a part of this match because he teased it. Here comes Stone Cold, four-wheeler. All right. So Stone Cold is here. By the way, did you see how disrespected they were the other night, guys? Did you see what I'm talking about? They bring out the last night. They bring out the Hall of Famers, and Bret Hart was not having it.
No.
When you bring up everybody, Bret Hart is a much bigger star than Triple H ever thought about being, and you bring them out, and then he gets his own music and entrance. Ooh. You could tell that Bret Hart did not want to shake his hand. He still blames Vince and then by proxy Triple H for the screw job in Montreal. We all know that.
Get over it.
All right, so here comes Stone Cold. Oh, are you really going to put Tommy? There better be an extra layer on the mat.
I know. What if the final boss interrupts him? Get the hell out of the ring. We need to get going, man.
That's great TV.
How about Omega said, oh, shit, I pressed the button by mistake and got a coach watch along. Best mistake next to getting married. Hey, well, we're here all the time, man. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We do stuff every single week. We've got 3 different shows. All right, so right now, for those of you watching live, Raphael, Tommy, and the coach, I was a part of 16 different WrestleManias. So can you believe 16 of the 41 I was a part of?
Yeah.
I can't believe that. My last one that this is hilarious. So they have Stone Cold. All right, so I used to make fun of Kim Kardashian for doing exactly what Stone Cold is doing right now. So in 2008, we paid her $25,000 to show up, Raphael. This is really when she's taken off to announce the attendance right before the main event. She couldn't remember the number, so they had to put it on a card just like Stone Cold has right now.
Mm-hmm.
But he obviously is cutting it. All she did was come out and go, Orlando! Hello, welcome to WrestleMania. I'd like to congratulate you all for a new Citrus Bowl record. And then looks down at the card. 68,000. I was like, you can't remember 5 numbers?
Yeah. I remember the rehearsal.
Was that 2008?
What's that?
Was that 2008?
2008. That was my last WrestleMania that I was ringside for.
Yeah. John Legend was there. I remember the rehearsals.
That was also Big Show, Floyd Mayweather that night in a last man.
I remember that. Oh, the books. Right. That was working the books. They wanted us to put it up on as a boxing match. I remember that. Oh, that was horrible.
That's right.
Floyd broke his nose.
All right, so guys, we got to. We don't care if it's WWE. We don't care if it's AEW. We will put them over when. So they claim 124,000 people in 2 nights, and it's a good way to get Stone Cold out here. But what this screams like to me now is he's not going to be a part of this main event. And 124,000 for 2 nights is great. And I really think it's more like 115. But regardless, it's a shit ton of people. It's a shit ton of merch. They're never going back to one night ever again. They don't care about a dead crowd. It's just there's too much money to be made.
Did anybody see the lines for the merchandise? Incredible. Just incredible.
The merchandise, the WWE world, it's
everything.
I mean, you can't argue, guys, about how much money they make. I just wish they would have had a few things that were free. A few things that didn't cost money for every single thing, because it is But as good as this bubble is, and I was talking with somebody today because I've had a million people reach out, Coach, what about this? What about this? This is a great bubble to be in, isn't it, Tommy? It's a great bubble to be in. But starting tomorrow is when you really see what they have in the tank. Because now you're going to have 4 months until SummerSlam. And it's not. So Nick Khan, who's he talking to? What happened?
What's Michael saying?
What he's saying? Welcome back, Stone Cold. What's Nick Khan doing out there? Oh! Austin crashed. Okay, all right. So thank you, Nils. So when he was driving the four-wheeler around, he hit the barricade and it went into a fan. So Nick Khan, the president of the WWE, that's who was at ringside because they got to make sure. Yeah. Wow. I hope that fan is okay.
Really?
Oh my God. Yeah. So now Cole's drinking a beer, Pat McAfee, and 124,693 fans. You got to give credit where credit's due. It's the greatest event in sports. By the way, did you guys see Cole try to do the Triple H spraying of the water with Pat McAfee and Triple H? Triple H tweeted, he goes, a lot of fun with McAfee. And once again, Michael Cole ruins it.
Yeah.
That was the worst. It was almost like a drinking fountain at your high school with water coming out like that. I was like, Cole, stop.
Yeah, it was weak.
But that's my guy. I mean, I traveled with him for 2 years when we started. Me and Michael Cole up and down the highways every single week. This is his 28th WrestleMania, guys. Think about that.
Wow. It just blows my mind.
He walked in 1996. Raphael, the day I walked in the building, he handed me 8 shows. He was the only talent. He was doing 10 to 12 shows a week. A week. It was just churning out content. He's like, here you go, coach. And that's how I got so good so fast.
A lot of my stuff. You guys did a lot of international stuff back in the day.
No doubt. WWE stopped drug testing for weed. I was in the office, or I was in the room when they announced they were going to start drug testing 2007, and three hands went up. One of them was Rob Van Dam. He was like,
what a shock.
Rob says, is weed on that list? And Vince is like, well, we're still working through exactly what's going to be on the list. And he was like, well, if it is, you might as well just take me off the roster right now in front of all of us. And at first, weed was on the ban list. And then so many guys smoke weed because that's the only way we can get to bed.
Yeah.
And so they took weed off the ban list. So, all right, Nate G, another super sticker. Please give some Doctor of Thugonomics here. Give me some Doctor of Thugonomics here. If you want your opinion to be heard, or you want to let us know what you think is going to happen, you can send us a super sticker. Or if you are a premium member, almost 2,000 people, guys, are watching right now.
Wow.
Almost 2,000 watching with us right now. So thank you wherever you're watching on social media, YouTube. We welcome you. Do not forget, we'll have a live, we'll have a full last word tomorrow night as soon as Monday Night Raw is over.
What if some of those 2,000 people can help me grade some prop bets? If someone can grade how many crossroads we see in this match and how many, just in case I missed something.
By the way, how many spears did you see last night, Raphael?
I haven't counted yet. I watched it, but we saw 3 today. Or no, more than 3 today.
Well, today Roman Reigns was not on the card.
No.
Did it live up to what I told you would happen, or was I incorrect?
Probably going to be under, but Roman Reigns.
It's going to be the under, just like I said? Interesting. Very interesting.
You also said the Roman Reigns Superman punches would be under.
No, I said other people are not allowed to do them. I never touched on Superman punches. I said finishes other people are not allowed to do on the card.
We've seen other people do spears today.
But he's not on the show today. He was on the show yesterday. And it wasn't the finish.
No.
It is his finish. But he didn't hit his finish. We're gonna be talking all about that in the post WrestleMania show, which will kick off. So you don't have to go anywhere. We're going to go seamlessly right into it. We'll talk night 1, night 2, our MVPs, our favorite matches, all that kind of stuff coming up as soon as it is done. Let's do an over-under real quick here on the length of the entrances. Tommy, go. Combined from including any packages, just any packages and the entrance until the ringing of the bell or the let's say she starts the ring announce. What do you think?
I think Cena's entrance is going to be at least 8 minutes long, with the crowd just going nuts, either booing him or saying Cena sucks, I love you, Cena, whatever. At least 8 minutes, and he's going to play right up to it big time. Cody Rhodes, different story. Different story. It's going to be longer. It's going to be longer. He's going to work that crowd to nth degree. He's going to make them work hard. He wants to show everybody that he's still over. My only question is, coaches, when do we see the final boss?
Okay. So, all right. So let's add that up. 8. You said more than 8. I need something. 9, 10. Yeah. I think it's all right. Let's say 10. So you think it's going to be at least 18 minutes?
Yep.
All right. Raphael, what about you?
I think it's going to be 21 minutes, 13 minutes for Cody, and I'll say 8 for John Cena. If it was old, if it was not heel Cena, normally he runs into the ring and all that, but no, he's going to take his time walking.
All right. I think it's going to be 14 minutes.
Total?
All right. There's no package for Cena, so let's start the clock right now. Here we go. I'm starting it right now. All right, so here comes Cena. Ooh. Oh, who's that lady? What's she doing there? Why is that person in the background? That looks awful. You see that, Tommy?
I saw it, yeah.
Boy, they made his whole thing black.
Yeah.
Straight heel. He's got a new T-shirt in Vegas. I guarantee that's not selling very well.
That stagehand is getting hammered.
Oh, getting hammered right now. Yeah. If Kevin Dunn was still there, the last time is now. Wow. He thinks of everything.
Right.
The last time is
for a black shirt.
I want how much?
Plus 150.
Plus 150 with a black shirt?
Yeah.
Plus 150.
It's a nice shirt.
I wondered why Stewie wasn't in front of him, and now we know.
Yeah.
I don't think they wanted Stewie to walk backward for 50 yards either.
No. And it's nice to give you the POV, man. I like that when they go.
Did you guys see the I ran into a person on my flight home from Florida the other day that was they're like, oh, coach. They were coming out for vacation. And they went to, it starts with the C. They showed the promo in the restaurants where you can go and it's like you're in the ring or you're on the field or it's like the new Rage. You guys know what I'm talking about? It starts with a C. C-A-M-E-E, something like that. Kimi. But they showed a shot from the one in Los Angeles last night. You guys know what I'm talking about? You don't know what I'm talking about? So they've created these, they're like sports bars, but it's this new technology where literally they tried it out in NFL season that a guy catches the football like you're right there in the end zone with him.
Get out.
It's sick. And out here you can't even get it. Like a big event there, you got to reserve a table. It's a minimum. And so they're having WrestleMania watch parties at all these. There's like 4 of them now, Dallas, LA, Miami. They're super popular. You got to look them up. It's crazy. If anybody in the chat knows what I'm talking about, it starts with a C. Help me out here. Kami, something like that.
Is it in Orlando too?
There's not. I don't think there's one in Orlando. Definitely Dallas. Definitely LA. But this guy was on my plane. He goes, hey, I think I'm going to try and go there. I said, brother, it's not like going to Buffalo Wild Wings. You can't just walk in and go, hey, let me have that table over there. I said, you should have called a month ago. He's like, you're kidding.
Idea. What
it's Tommy, but the technology, when you see it, it's like literally, they showed a shot last night, and you literally were on top of the ring. Like they had Jey Uso like jumping over your head. It's bananas. All right, so guys, we're going to be way off because
Cena's was quick.
3 minutes is all Cena was. 3 minutes.
Oh.
I hope he like gave himself a buzz. I don't want to see the bald spot. All right, so now, motorcycles. Cosm, thank you, Cosm. COSM. It's called Cosm. If anybody wants to look that up, if you're ever going to be in town, it's absolutely it's like the next big rage. It's incredible. It's like you're in the ring or at the game. All right, so we got a bunch of motorcycles doing what's with the mask?
Wow. Man, that set looks
and it
fine.
opened on its own. Oh my god. What do you think? Oh, it's a motorcycle helmet. Okay, now it makes sense. What do you think the motorcycles are for?
Yeah.
No clue.
Whoa, I love the outfit. I love the gear. Sharp as hell.
Look at the set, man. Wow.
You think 3 years ago, Cody could have imagined this when he was arguing with Tony Khan?
Isn't it amazing? When you think about that, right? And look where he is right now.
It looks nicer now than it was in the Super Bowl because I was there for Super Bowl in Vegas 2 years ago, but didn't look this nice.
You mean the stadium? You mean?
Yeah.
So they actually put seats this year, guys. You can sit on the set. You guys see that? So there's seats like right above them when they come out. I can only imagine how much they're charging for those.
You know how they did it, Coach?
You can see them right now with that shot. You can see them right there.
You know how they did it? I saw it on Instagram. They were getting people with their tickets and saying, hey, you want to sit on the set? And it didn't cost you any money. And they put them right up there. He goes, we're going to put you all in VIP sections.
Really?
And that's how they did it. Yep.
Wow.
Okay.
Good for them.
Really cool, though, man. That's cool.
I mean, this is just, how about 2 years in a row? Cody Rhodes in the main event. Last year, it was a chance to finish the story, a 2-year story. It's very, very rare, guys, that you have a story or a talent that chases something for 2 years. He did that. And now, a year later, he is pulling a Roman Reigns in that he had to reinvent himself. And now he's a part of this as the ultimate underdog, the overriding storyline. And, this is his daughter. You talk about the ultimate babyface. You kidding me right now?
Oh, I know.
I mean, that's like I call that the new American blended family, and they're not even blended. They're actually married. But, man, his wife is stunning. Brandy is her name. And then you got the daughter, gorgeous. Right now, life's pretty good for Cody Rhodes, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Pretty good for Cody Rhodes.
Not bad.
Should we stop the clock, guys? Because we're only at 6 minutes.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I think we're done with that. We're done with that. We're done with that.
Okay. How long do you think the match is going to be, though?
Well, they're 3 hours and 10 minutes in. So the fact that they didn't do any packages tells me also they did not want to remind the audience of how this storyline started. And by the way, I don't know her. It's just my honest opinion. I just got to say it one time. I cannot stand this ring announcer. I can't do it. I can't do it. It can't do it. Every match is a world heavyweight championship match.
Oh, yeah.
And then the growl with the voice. Oh my God. Oh.
I agree. I totally agree.
I like her hairdo today than yesterday.
Rhodes looks like $1 million, man. Look at him. They got that fake tan or whatever that is he wears, and he lives in great shape.
Cena is not correct. Yeah. How about my man Chad getting the main event, Tommy?
Wow.
If you put out how many nights, oh my God. He looks, I mean, Roman last night was great too.
Oof, yeah.
Raphael, I've partied more nights with Chad.
Chad Patton,
the referee, than any other referee in the history of the business. Oh my God!
He was chosen for this main event.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're definitely chosen. You're definitely chosen.
That lighting truss come down. Look at that. Did that thing rise up too?
I don't know.
I didn't know this lighting truss was that low.
All right.
Wow.
Wow, look at that.
Wow.
How cool is that?
I got to tell you, man, nobody does it better. Nobody. You can say what you want, man, but look at that. Look at
That's
you.
what I'm
All right,
saying.
so
It's
so
much
here we
better
go.
today than in Super Bowl.
Almost 2,000 people watching us right now. This is the BTT Watch Along Party. We're all set for the main event. Don't go anywhere after the show. We'll have a full post-WrestleMania show as well right here. We'll discuss what we like the most, all that main event. But right now, the focus is on this main event. Here we go. Chad Patton has the title, and the WWE Undisputed Championship is on the line. Cody Rhodes is the champion, and John Cena is the heel. The details, Tommy.
Yeah.
Black shoes, black wristbands, back armband. That's psychological, Raphael.
Yep.
It's all about going from the bright colors of his entire career and turning to his black side.
Then why can't he wear black jorts? Then why does he wear?
Wow, this crowd is into this right now.
As we say, Coach, game day. Let's go.
It's game day. Brought to you by Drumstick. Why would they have Cena do a commercial for Drumstick when they knew where they were going with this? That still bothers me. It still bothers me.
And he's collecting another check, too.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. Not bad. All right, here we go. Elbow lockup. So we've seen Becky Lynch make her return tonight. We've seen Io Sky shock the world. We've seen Dirty Dom win the Intercontinental Championship. But this is what everybody bought a ticket for tonight. This is why night number 2 far outsold. Now, don't you guys believe they gave a few tickets away today to get to that 64,000 number? It is what it is.
But, hell yeah.
Yeah, of course they did. Of course they did. So somehow Cena closed in the bald spot. But he did.
He Carlo Boozered it.
I'm just calling it like I see it.
Did he use
There's
that
no bald
spray?
spot there anymore.
Did he use the spray?
He put the Carlos Boozer spray on it.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What do you think's going through Cena's mind right now? You know, I know him very well, and he loves the people. He loves the kids. He loved the make-a-wish. Oh, there's the bald spot. Sorry, it's still there. But I remember WrestleMania 18 when Rock was taking on Hogan. They spent almost 20 minutes and a full 10 minutes standing in the middle of the ring, jaw-jacking at each other. That's how hot the crowd was. Red hot. They didn't touch each other for well over 10 minutes. But what they were doing at that point was the crowd was not responding the way they thought they would. So I wonder if right now, Tommy, if the crowd is not responding the way they thought that it would.
That was in Miami, wasn't it, that WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Raphael. It was Toronto. The
You said
Sky Dome.
Steve Rock or Hogan?
No, I said Rock Hogan.
Oh, okay.
Rock
I thought you
Hogan.
meant
That was
Cena.
Toronto. That was Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
I was
That was
there
Toronto.
for that.
Yeah. That one. I was a part of that one. That was my What Up G skit
Yeah.
with The Rock back then. That was so much fun. All right, so we haven't talked about this because we were predicting the incorrectly by a long shot, the entrances. Does The Rock show up today, or does The Rock not show up today?
I say yes.
You say
He
yes?
has to. He has to.
All right,
He
I've not seen one, Tommy. I haven't seen one picture of him in an airport. I haven't seen one. So if he came into town, he did it just like he did with one of his other biggest nights of his career when it was me, Rock, and Eugene.
Did you see?
we slid him into San Diego. Nobody knew he was there.
Did you see on Instagram he was driving in Maui in his pickup truck yesterday? And they're like, "Oh, he's not in Vegas." I mean, he could have shot that 3 days ago, but who knows?
You get cheap flights from Maui to Vegas all the time. I used to go to Hawaii all the time.
He's really good at doing that. He hasn't posted one video for 2 months, and then he posts that one with a young person who had cancer.
Yes.
He's never going to buy into I'm the final boss 24/7. He'll never do that. I don't mind when they break character for that kind of stuff,
Right.
but just to do it, it drives me insane.
Mm-hmm.
It really, really does. But Rock's really good at that. I actually reached out to a contact of mine who works with Martin Scorsese. And there was word that Rock has already started that new movie with Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio. And normally that person writes me back instantly. I said, "Can you confirm that The Rock is with Martin Scorsese?" Silence. Nothing.
Oh man, I thought we were gonna get
Nothing.
I know, man. You have me in pencil lenses. I'm
I'm
like,
like,
what?
I'm like,
Thanks.
Coach,
Thanks,
please,
Coach.
don't.
Thanks.
But read into the lack of text back. Either they didn't want to be involved in the putting the storyline out there and telling me,
Yeah.
or he's not. He's not.
But
And
how
now we
could
know.
he not?
Yeah, it'd be a complete fail if he's not there.
Yes, Raphael, complete fail. But we have not seen him. He hasn't even posted one social media video like he did last year leading up to this.
You are
That's what was
so right.
so hot.
Yep.
Nothing.
You are so right.
So I already feel like it's been a fail. I already feel like this has
Yeah.
been a fail. But if they can pull something off tonight, they could save the whole damn thing. And he's already advertised for tomorrow night, which why would they advertise him if he's going to lose? Why would a heel show up after you lose a chance to become the all-time most winningest world heavyweight champion? A heel wouldn't do that. He'd just be like, "Screw you guys, I'm going back to Hungary."
And he's gonna be on McAfee tomorrow. Cena's on McAfee tomorrow.
So that gives me even more reason to believe he's going to win tonight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he would never go on and go, "Oh, I almost got it. I almost had you."
Correct. Like,
see, stuff like that, I would wait to advertise, especially if you're already sold out. When you have Raw after WrestleMania, it's always sold out, no matter what.
Yeah.
You've got all these people coming over from out of the 50 different countries. Yeah. They don't come to not go to Monday Night Raw. So you don't need to advertise anybody, in my opinion. But Vince Russo tells us this all the time, for those of you watching us live, that if you have to rely on more OGs than new talent that you have right now, that can be a problem.
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, Stone Cold, last night, tonight, now I don't think they wouldn't bring him out right before this match for him to bring him back out and hit the music again. Would they? Do you guys think?
No.
Because you lose that Stone Cold pop.
You lose. I was just going to say that you lose the illusion of him being there because we already
100%.
just.
That's what I think The Rock shows. His music comes on.
They're really moving methodically. It's not. They're really trying to tell this story. If you're watching the way this match is going, they're like one's afraid to do the other thing, or this or that. That I mean, are you getting that feeling, Coach?
He hasn't had a whole lot of time to train, Tommy. Yeah. So you got to put a match together. He's not going to get blown up. And he's been on the set in Hungary or wherever for the last 2 months. So I think they're being methodical and letting him, like right now. And this is what, when you're putting a match together, you just say, okay, just feed me. Let me take. And then if Cena feels it, he can take all the time in the world. And Cody can take a long time getting up. And that's just trusting your partner.
Yeah, and Cody's doing a little extra selling too, man. So it slows it up even more to help Cena out.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Raph?
Yeah, I think the match is very slow. And like the coach said, Cena had no time to train. He wasn't training on set. So I could see this match being long just because it'd be slow.
The other part of this that's a little weird to me is last night, part of what set that main event up for me was the packages. The CM Punk package had me fired up. It had me fired up. And by the way, person in the chat brings up a good point. Have they showed Travis Scott tonight yet?
Ooh, I don't think so. I could be
And
wrong.
he was advertised to be here.
Yeah.
Well, I saw him earlier with Mike Rubin and Fanatics during the pre-show. They were doing
Okay.
that card thing.
Oh yeah, the card thing. He was signing cards. You're right.
There. And then I saw him walk in, and a fan yelled, "You need a receipt." And he said, "I got something for that BITCH," he said.
Wow.
Yeah.
I saw Triple H say the only person that wasn't pissed, or I think I have it wrong, but Cody wasn't angry. He goes, everybody else on the internet is angry. I've never seen Triple H refer to the internet and podcasts more than he did this week. I was like, how does he have time for all this shit? Or somebody, I guarantee you what's happening is somebody, he has an assistant bring in quotes from different shows and hand them to him, and he looks at them. That's what, Vince used to do. Yeah. That's exactly.
Howard used to do that for Vince. He used to get
exactly
all the
right.
and then do that dirt sheet thing. And
I'm sure they got all Vince Russo's quotes in there. I get roped in. They're like, Coach is on that show with Vince Russo, who does not give a damn.
And he doesn't.
No. Nope.
He doesn't. So far,
wow, a lot of ground and pound, a lot of on the mat, not, no quickness at all, no going off the rope. Well, he's going off the ropes or doing anything.
No, no one tried to finish it either. No crossroads, no nothing.
Nope. What are we in, like 15 minutes, Coach? 20 minutes with the entrances?
Yeah, we're probably only 15 minutes in. And how does the main event get no packages tonight? Or at least not like last time. I've never seen a main event get a package into an entrance. But I thought it was kind of cool and kind of different. But tonight it was very simple, very just not a lot of bells and whistles so far for a main event. Sometimes you get that big entrance. Yeah, you had the motorcycles, but that didn't do much for me.
Because the bells and whistles are at the end of the match when The Rock comes out.
See, that's what I'm wondering, Raphael.
As your buddy JR say, business about to pick
up. Hey, Tommy, I was in I was in Florida this week.
Yep.
And so there was a lot of fans, and one of the most important fans I've ever met is actually watching the show right now. She knows who she is, and she wanted to see how we do our work. So she's watching right now. We want to give a shout out. Her name's Lexi. So Lexi is watching right now. Met her this week in Orlando. Said she's a big fan of Big Tommy C. I said, hey, you can see Big Tommy and Raphael on the watching show, and she's watching right now.
Wow. And hello, Lexi.
Yeah, she actually said she was in the chat and that she voted when we said 1 or 2, but I didn't know that she was in there. So, Lexi, thank you for watching. You find Lexi there?
She's in the chat right now. She just posted.
All right, there you go. There you go.
Thanks for watching.
There she is. There she is.
What's up, Lex?
There you go. Lexi, what's going on? Very, very, very.
And Tommy is the best, Lexi.
She loves her some Big Tommy C.
Yeah.
All right, we literally are right at about 2,000 people as we continue to grow the audience, and a very, very wrestling main event. I don't know what I expected. I don't know what I wanted out of this match.
I was expecting something like last night. That's what I was expecting.
I'm with you. I don't know what to expect.
Well, I think the problem is, guys, that this entire storyline was about The Rock and John Cena. And so this match is just a way to get to how we're going to pay that off. And I'm telling you right now, the entire reaction to this night is going to be based off of what we see at the end of this match. People are not going to care about anything else but what happens at the end of this match.
Absolutely.
Oh, the F5. No, F5, I got those wrong. No, that's
attitude adjustment.
Attitude adjustment. F5 is Brock, which I was way off on that one.
First finish moved was minus 150.
I like
Me too.
Having Brock come out. Would have been phenomenal. Unbelievable.
Raphael, John Cena put me through a table twice with that move. I still owe him.
That's why I put you on the list that you were going to wrestle him at WrestleMania a year ago from today.
Look, did he work stiff?
Cena?
Yeah.
Stiff? I wouldn't call him stiff. I mean, but I'm tough, Tommy. You know that.
Oh, I know.
By the way, Lexi says hello to you now. She's become like the MVP of the chat.
What's
She
up,
says
Lex?
hi with a heart. Absolute sweetheart. By the way, Cody, do we think that Cena needs this as 17? Is there? I mean, because Cody could, he hasn't had a break since he came back 3 months ago. So
You
this
know what I
could give
think?
him a break. What do you
I
think,
think
Tommy?
WWE wants it. I think WWE wants to make it 17 and get Flair off the history books completely because the way he is and where he is now, I think they want it more probably than Cena.
I
To
agree.
say our homegrown guy, 17-time world champ. Homegrown. Flair was not homegrown.
That's true.
WCW,
That
NWA, WCW.
I hate to say it. Oh, now Cena very methodically. He's got Cody Rhodes on his shoulders. What's John Cena gonna do?
Oh, you got a little commentary from Coach Rap.
Come on, going old school, 2008. It could be over. We're gonna have a new champion. What? Oh, that was 2 3/4. John Cena can't believe it.
I'm gonna mute my mic. I'm gonna mute my mic and just listen now.
That's what Vince would be saying on our ear right now. We got a new champion. He's setting a record. 17.
Yeah.
Cody
You miss it,
Rhodes
Coach?
digging
You miss
deep.
commentating?
Do I miss commentating? I mean, nights like tonight, I do. I mean, I would be lying if I told you this wasn't. There's a reason Michael Cole stuck around for 28 freaking years. The lifestyle outside of it, I don't know if I'd still enjoy that, but I've traveled the last 4 weeks and absolutely loved it again. So maybe I just needed a break. I don't know. I would definitely go back. Either one. I'd go AEW, WWE if it was the right situation.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely. We talked about it on the show the other day with Vince Russo, and we said, what if Tony Khan called me and him together for him to be the head writer and me to be the GM? I would do that. I think I'm 10 times the GM that Adam Pearce is, and I think Adam's a nice guy, but I molded that. I was great at it. I know what I'm good at.
I bet you Mansuri would love that too. The guy who's head of TV production, Mike Mansuri, he would love that, I bet.
All right, another one. Is it over? 1, 2, oh! John Cena with the kick out.
If that's the case, can I do a WWE betting show when you guys go back?
Oh, man. I'll go straight to Tony Khan. I'll be like, hey, Tony, you don't need a lot, big boy, but we need something. We need something.
TK, my man. Come on. Coacher and Russo.
I'll tell you, I got big plans if that ever happens. I'm telling you right now, I'm not kidding. If Tony Khan called us, we'd definitely take that. We take that call. There's no doubt about it. If Busted Open called us, of course we got Matt Cardona that gig. Of course I did. Yep. Natalia, of course I did. We would go to Sirius, wouldn't we, boys? We would do that. Elbow, and again, 2 finishes into a ankle lock. Look at his face. Oh, Cody, you got to make it quick. You got to get there quick the first time because there's going to be another one and another one. You got to get there. This is brilliant, guys. So think of so he's getting close to the rope, and then he stops. So now it's an almost. Now he gets another foot, and then he's going to stop. Then a foot, and then he's going to stop.
Has there been a Cody cutter yet in this match?
I don't think so.
I know there's been 3 attitude adjustments.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, there's been 3 of them. I don't think I've seen a Cody cutter yet.
Did somebody else say there was going to be another one just now? Did somebody else say that? I believe so. Continue on. I'm getting my dinner order. 1 second.
Give me shrimp.
Yeah.
Little shrimp.
I'll take some barbecue.
Shrimp.
Pulled pork sandwich. Sweet potato fries.
Shrimp.
Just one.
Little rice.
I'll go 5 and 5. Yep.
5 shrimp.
I'll share one with you. Or I'll share a fry with you. Okay, wait a little bit because it's 7:30. Main event still in. Wait and order like it. 7:45. It's my beautiful daughter. Yeah, come here,
Bring her in, man. Let's see.
You want to see her? You haven't seen her in a while, have you?
I haven't seen her.
I want to see the star.
I saw she was in your arm. Yo, what's up, girl? Look at her, man.
Hey, I think you know this. Kiana. But the man on the right was the first adult to ever see you as a baby.
Not Uncle Todd?
Okay, all right, outside of the hospital, I meant.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Uncle Todd was at the hospital. That Big Tommy, you were at his house.
Oh, hi.
She killed it last night. SpongeBob the musical. I love you, sweetheart. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah, she was great last night after my bad, horrible. What's that? Yes, please.
Coach is going to
She's
have
amazing.
a green jacket in his house and an Emmy in his house in the same.
She's amazing. Absolutely amazing. She killed
Beautiful,
it last night.
man. She's
Good.
beautiful.
Good.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
God.
Thank you. And now, she's driving now, so I'm getting my life back. So she's taking order. We're going to go to Wingstop for dinner. So she's taking orders. She's going to order it, and she's going to go get it. There you go.
And JJ's just waiting.
JJ's just there just chilling. He's like, hell, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
Just give me something.
He's like, I don't even want to go with you to go pick it up. I'm going to stay here.
It's a game changer when they start driving. There's no doubt about it. All right, so now we've gone. Why can't I hear anything? All right. So we've got something just happened. All right, music. There's a music of somebody. Okay, here comes Travis Scott. Why is he holding a hardcore championship? So all of this, what is?
I'm completely stumped right now.
Okay, so that means if Travis Scott is here, you know who's going to come right behind him. I don't know why he has the hardcore title. It makes absolutely no sense unless I missed an appearance at WWE World where he won the hardcore title. Makes no sense.
Because he broke Cody's face. That's why he's a hardcore title.
Oh, that's right. Triple H gifted him this title back when they announced that he was going to do the WrestleMania, and he's doing the WrestleMania theme song. So
hey, Coach,
Cena's
I have the volume down. What kind of reaction is he getting?
I mean, they're on their feet because they've just been waiting. Because I think they thought. Remember the last time Travis Scott came out, then The Rock came out behind him.
Yeah.
So I think Cena. Cole just said something about The Rock being here.
Oh, he said it.
He said, "I think the crowd expects The Rock to be here," and of course. All right, so. Everything about WrestleMania hangs in the next 5 minutes.
What if Steve came out for Cody?
Oh, all right. Okay. So Travis Scott just jumped from the floor. But why would Cena? See, this makes no sense. Why would he take the time with Cody down to mess with Travis Scott, put him over, when you're going to be This is not a no disqualification match. What are we doing? That just made absolutely no sense. Absolutely no sense. There's one crossroads for you, Rafi. Oh, and Travis Scott just pulled out referee Chad Patton. And yet again, apparently there are no rules. Was this a last man standing? Was this a hardcore match? Was this a false count anywhere? No, that means this match should be over. And now Cody is focusing on Travis Scott, who has said on social media he has been practicing at home. Travis, you would never get in this ring by yourself. This is unrealistic. You're 170 pounds soaking wet. And now he just leapfrogged over. And now it's Cody and Travis Scott face to face, and Travis Scott has his finger in the face of Cody Rhodes. Oh, he says, wait a second. He's going to take a crossroads. How bad will this be? He took it pretty good, actually. I'll give him that. Travis Scott, 140 pounds, can jump the ropes. Guys, the biggest prize in the business is on the line. And these two are worried about Travis freaking Scott.
This psychology of this has got me stumped, Coach.
Completely stunned. And, oh, God, really act like you're going to throw it. Classic heel move. Beg for forgiveness. Beg for mercy. I never did it as a heel, but it's a classic heel move. Oh! Again, why would you take your eyes off of Cena right there? What are we doing? This is so unreal. Michael Hayes, if you're in charge of this, terrible, terrible, terrible agency. In a real fight, you would never take your eyes off the guy right in front of you. And now he hits him with the belt. If it's over and this is it, the public is going to shit all over this. That your big surprise. Here it is. Chad, 1, 2.
Wow.
That's how they do it.
Yeah. I didn't want to say nothing. I'm ahead of you. God, that's terrible. Wow. And no Rock?
No Rock.
What the frig? How could there be no Rock? You bring Travis Scott out?
I'm giving Drew McIntyre's match ahead of this match right here.
Part of winning, and we're going to have full reaction coming up here on the post show for everybody watching right now. Part of winning oh my God. Part of winning and becoming the 17 world champ, it's just, he is just in there with a smirk on his face. When you become a 17-time world champion, you want it to be great. You want it to be something memorable. You want it to be not Travis Scott and then a really bad, almost missing Cody's head with the belt, and then a 1, 2, 3. The crowd's on their feet. They're cheering for him.
Are they cheering? I have my sound down.
And now he's giving Travis Scott into the ring. I mean,
well, last night's main event.
The crowd seems to like it.
Last night's main event paid off. This didn't, Coach.
Yep. Exactly. 100%.
You know, it might be a little over dramatic, but
I can hear Gabby's cuss words already all the way through my house right now.
Oh, man.
She's not happy with this outcome.
Her first ever trip to Las Vegas ends with this.
No Rhea belt, and now this.
Ooh, and now Cody. Who she'll never admit, but favorite human being on planet Earth is Cody Rhodes. Now watch this. I don't know if they can cut this very well. Watch this. All right, the first one. I don't want to be negative. I really don't want to be negative. But man.
But yeah, you two have every right to. You guys been there so long. You guys know what works, what doesn't work. And I'm sorry, this last match did not work.
It was slow. It was slow. It was slow.
Wow. Wow.
And no final boss.
All right, that's going to be that's where we're going to start in our post-game show here a little bit. I'm going to wait and see if anything else happens. I don't think if it didn't happen during the match, I don't think it's going to happen right now. But, man, for all the good that they did, for all of the high points of – and George Kittle can't believe it. George Kittle's like, what?
Yeah, I saw his reaction.
And I think what you didn't see is what, and then the F was that. That's what I think he said, and they cut away. So now Cena's 17-time. Well, the one thing I was right about is that they wouldn't have booked him if he wasn't going to win the title for Raw tomorrow night and on Pat McAfee.
Cody powdered already? Cody's out? Oh, there he is.
Somebody said Gabby is crying. I'm happy. Cody crybabies are crying. I'm not going to say it because I yell at you guys when you say it. It's not the I don't understand. It's the when you're laying out this and you're changing the course of history and he's going to be the guy you talk about above all the rest. It's got to be a banger finish. It's got to be something memorable. It's got to be Rock cuts a promo and he comes up on the screen and Cody gets distracted. Something. But Travis Scott,
We waited for Travis Scott.
140 pounds?
Coach.
All right, I'm going to turn this off. And, yep, Cole, we'll see you tomorrow night. All right. All right, let's get into our post-Mania show. Thank you to everybody for watching on social media or on our YouTube page here. Over 2,000 people watching right now. This is the crew from BTT, Behind the Turnbuckle. We have two different shows. We have The Last Word on Monday nights right after Monday Night Raw, and also the Coach and Bro Show Mondays and Thursday here on our BTT page. We've got some changes coming tomorrow. We'll get into all of that tomorrow. We've got 2 new YouTube pages now. All of our wrestling will be on one. Our sports betting on our other new show starting tomorrow will be on a separate YouTube page. I am the coach. I navigate this entire ship, but we've got a lot of good people that work alongside me. Producer man behind the scenes, intern Dan, doing a great job. And let's bring in the 2 guys that have been with me all night long. Of course, our numbers guy at the brand, Rafael Esparza, and my man, 32 years inside of the WWE, Big Tommy Carlucci. Gentlemen, we got to start with that main event. To say I'm disappointed would be an understatement. When you've got almost 3 months, it was in February, let's say 2.5 months, and you're building up to one of the biggest storylines of all time. And Tommy, I'm going to start with you. And this was the Rock's thing, sell your soul, give it to me, throat slash, the whole deal. And we don't see the Rock not for one single solitary second since the Elimination Chamber. And then that tonight, he's going to send his crony, Travis Scott, 140 pounds soaking wet Travis Scott, to help John Cena. So when John Cena, when he's 60 years old, and they go, hey, Cena, how was that 17th title? It was amazing. So you really had Travis Scott help you with a hardcore title belt over his shoulders? Tommy, I want to start with you. Your take on the finish of what was supposed to be the culmination of 2 nights, 124,000 are going home unhappy.
Coach, I can't tell you how disappointed I am in that match and the finish, right? This guy perpetrated the whole thing. The final boss perpetrated this whole thing with John Cena, made this guy turn heel. Then he left. He was gone, not even on social media like he did last year to perpetrate this storyline even more. So we all can't wait for tonight. And who comes out? Travis Scott. I am so disappointed whoever did this finish, Coach. It is just horrible. Do we not see Rock anymore, a final boss? It's just incredible. The guy who started this storyline made John Cena go heel, although he blamed the crowd. Come on, give me a break with that stuff. And he's not even there tonight to congratulate Cena on winning, whether the finish was screwed up or not. I don't know where you go from here.
Well, I'm so frustrated right now. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep my composure. I really don't give a damn what Rock is doing tonight. I really don't. And I understand that his movie career, he signed on a big new movie. And full disclosure, I told you guys I reached out. I think that I was right. I think I'm right now that he got locked into this movie with Martin Scorsese. I have a person who works with Martin Scorsese. I reached out. I got nothing back, which tells me they did not want to have anything in writing or anything. And I completely get it. But it is unbelievable to me, Rafael, that we have the biggest storyline that we've had in years. It is the farewell tour of John Cena, who's arguably next to The Rock on the Mount Rushmore of all of WWE talent all time.
Absolutely.
And tonight, in the entertainment capital of the world, and The Rock can't get 3 days off, one for travel, do it, back for travel, wherever he is. Rafael, we don't see him tonight, and he just got $30 million and then another payment on top of that, and he can't show up tonight. Your take?
I think it's been a complete fail since they announced this match. John Cena nowhere to be found after he when WWE came back to the States. He didn't do a promo, didn't do a video, didn't do nothing. So Cody had to carry this match. Now WrestleMania Sunday, the last match, complete fail with The Rock not being there. Not even his music. Travis Scott should have came out to The Rock's music, at least get the crowd pumped up, and then Travis Scott comes out with The Rock music. It's an F. I'm sorry. I'll be negative. I know you don't want to be negative. I'll be negative. Complete failure. Last night's main event, totally blew away this night's main event. Everyone's going to talk about Saturday's main event than tonight's main event. Granted, we saw 17 John Cena, but they're still going to talk about last night's main event before this one.
Well, actually, they won't. They should. They should. They won't, because they're going to be shitting all over this for the next however long.
Okay, you're right.
The other part of this, guys, is that one of the things when we used to sit in the meetings and they would go over matches, whatever was more important, then they would get to do their moves first, and then it would trickle down, and the other said, yep, can't do this, can't do this, can't do this. Did you notice last night it's 2 nut shots and a win? What do we get tonight? John Cena, nut shots. Cody leading up to that win. So nut shots don't mean anything. Finishes don't mean anything. He hit the attitude adjustment 2 or 3 times. I mean, I know who the agents are. They're better than this, Tommy. They are better than what we just saw. You've got all these smart wrestling minds. You've got tens of millions of dollars on the line. That is the most important match, and you failed. You absolutely failed. So now, how can they make this right, Tommy, tomorrow as Cena goes on Pat McAfee in the afternoon, and then he'll probably lead off Raw tomorrow night, and I don't know what he's going to say.
Well, the fact of the matter that The Rock didn't even show up, guys. He didn't friggin' show up. And you give me that match where most of the match where Cody Rhodes was on the mat, and then he's going to be on McAfee tomorrow. The only way they fix this, if he goes on Raw or McAfee and says, I'm going to give Cody Rhodes a rematch, The Rock, the final boss, comes out and says, maybe he conflicts with Cena a little bit to create something, because everybody's going to be crapping on what's going on. He wasn't at WrestleMania. Can you tell me a reason why he is not there when he started this whole storyline?
Hey, maybe, Tommy, maybe we're missing it. So my girl Lexi, who's in the chat right now, she goes, hey, seeing Travis Scott was crazy. Maybe that's the crowd that they're going for. He's got the highest following in all of hip-hop music, and it's not close. He's got the #1 album in all of the land, and it's not close. Maybe we're the old fogies that don't understand the draw he is, but I don't think so.
In this day of private jets where you can fly anywhere you want, he could pay for it, WWE could pay. You mean you couldn't fly into Vegas tonight and show up and even congratulate, hug him in the ring? Just let me see the final boss some way, somehow. Instead, we get Travis Scott and that dumb program they just went through with them. Oh, Coach, I'm really pissed, man. I'm looking forward to this.
We're so invested. We're so invested.
Yes.
We're so invested. And I still have people, like namely my mother, like, how can you still watch that stuff? Because I enjoy it. I enjoy it. But damn it, I don't enjoy it when they don't get it right. All right, let's do this, because otherwise our blood is going to boil for the next 30 minutes. So let's look at night number 2 first, and then we'll recap night number 1. I want to know favorite match of the night. I think we all agree on the least favorite match of the night. But Tommy, what was your favorite match from tonight? And tell me why.
I gotta go with the women's match. I thought it was great. I think there was great storytelling in that match. They all worked their rear ends off. They told a story, and the complete surprise of the whole thing, and it was a complete surprise. I don't know how many people thought Io was going to walk out of Vegas with the title. Was that Io walked out of Vegas with the title? Because everybody either was going to be Rhea or Bianca, and we all thought that. And that was the big swerve. But it was an excellent match. And they told, which we like, Coach, telling stories in the ring, which Cena and Cody didn't do.
That's right. We do have a super sticker. If you want to have your voice heard on the show, you can do it via super sticker. We will read them immediately on the show. My man Nate G says, Unleash, Coach. This was epically bad. I guarantee you it's going to be my weekend rewind tomorrow. I was deciding if I'd go with my bad accident and my left side of my body that's completely beat up. I feel better about my left side right now that I can't walk than I do about what I just went through and witnessed. That hurt more than what I went through yesterday.
Everybody a hint. I can't wait, and I'm going to be there. I'm going to watch Coach and Bro tomorrow because I want to hear the reaction of the great Vince Russo. And when him and Coach get together, they tear it up. Nobody's better in the business, guys. You want to watch something? Talk about real crap? Watch Coach and Bro tomorrow at 1:00, and they're going to shoot all over you.
going to be an R-rated show. I can guarantee you tomorrow's show will be an R-rated show.
I just texted him. He's also doing a watch along. I'm going to see what he thinks and read it here on the show. That was one of the first things that went through my mind. What will Vince think? Because Vince always teaches us that you have to write in reality. And that's how fans believe it. That's where you base it all on. And that tonight was not realistic.
No.
That was not what it should have been. All right, so you're going to go women's match. Raphael, what was your favorite match tonight?
Oh, the Intercontinental match. Because I've learned so much just talking to you guys and seeing how you guys work and seeing how you guys speak about WWE. We're going to see some great storylines coming out with Dominic and Finn Balor. You can throw Braun Breaker in there. I just think the storylines are going to be building and building. And seeing Dominic with the belt, I love it. I mean, the crowd still hates him, but they're starting to turn a little bit on him now. So seeing Dominic as a championship, just the way you can present him with so many other different options now, I just think it's a great storyline.
Yep.
The thing about being a really great heel is that if you're a really great heel, then ultimately, Raphael, you're going to become a great babyface. And you saw that tonight.
Yep.
The crowd was happy because really smart wrestling fans know that I'm going to get good shit out of this. I'm going to have really good promos. Him and Finn Balor will probably break up at the Judgment Day. So many things. And that's what really smart fans. That's why they liked what happened tonight. And also, he can go any different direction, right, Tommy? This is a guy that, you know.
Yep. They love him. They
Yeah.
popped big time when he won.
Big time.
Big time.
Interesting take here. 45 says, thankfully, I didn't pay to go to 2 WrestleManias to go. I think there's a lot of people right now who paid $15,000 for a front row ticket to that right now that have been waiting for a chance to see The Rock live and in living color. And that's the other thing. My man Casey Walk Up from Wichita, Kansas in the chat, boys. He goes, this was tired, coach. Just a huge F you to Flair is all that was. Interesting take. And I'll ask you the same thing, Tommy. I actually didn't think about that at first. Yeah. What do you think Flair is thinking right now? That's how they decided to knock his record out of the books with that and Travis Scott.
They just stuck it up his rear end saying, we could do any finish we want, but you know what? We have a 17-time champ, and it's our homegrown guy, John Cena. End of story. Because we know how petty they can be sometimes. And this is the whole reason why this was done, is to get Flair off the books there, saying, we got our own homegrown guy that is a 17-time champ now. See you later, Rick.
There's another statement in the chat that's probably true, that WWE and TKO, they do not care about guys that are over 45 years old. They don't care about you two, and I can't wait for 45 someday. But they're going after the young. What are you guys laughing at? I'm trying to be serious here. Okay?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Be serious here.
I'm watching I'm watching Houston Rockets offense right now. I was laughing at the Houston Rockets.
I'm watching producer man laugh his ass off.
I don't know what I don't know what is worse. I don't know. What are you guys laughing at? I just don't understand. Why are you guys ruining my flow? You're all ruining my flow. What's worse, the Houston Rockets offense right now, 37 points in the third quarter, or the finish of the main event tonight? That should be our chat poll. Which one is worse right now?
Or the Grizzlies.
Little Al's correct, because look at UFC. They're turning all their focus now on Patty. I mean, his youth and all that. So I can see what little Al's got something going there.
They know that the time that I wasted the most money in my life was age 21 to 35. That's what people do. Then they start to wake up and say, okay, I don't need to buy that. I don't need to do that. And I think that by bringing Travis Scott out and doing this, the young fans maybe don't care as much as we do. I don't know. But so you guys took 2 good ones. I'm going to say I love the Joe Henry spot. That's a perfect example of
you got a huge pop.
You win when you lose. That it didn't hurt him at all to lose 2 RKOs. But I'm going to go ahead and say Logan Paul, AJ Styles. And the reason I'm going to say that is the right guy won. Last night, the predictable guy won. I think tonight that you had more matchups that were more even. I think if you're a really smart fan, or like, the 3 of us, that AJ Styles at this point of his career, he doesn't need a W. He just doesn't. He'd like one. He doesn't need one. So I think that, to me, Logan Paul is a guy, if they truly are invested in making the next 4 months mean something, he can't show up once every 2 months. I need
Right.
Logan Paul there every single week. You
Yeah.
got to pony up. You got to pay him full time. And I'm telling you right now, he's gonna want $5 million to go full time.
Wow.
Is-
He
Wow.
might be
Question
worth it.
is he worth it?
He could be a top heel. And you want to kick off that title run for Jay? You match those two up, man, and you have a great storyline because they both can work in the ring. They both can cut a promo. Jay's not as good as Logan, but that's a nice little title program running for a couple of months. Now, probably Gunther's probably going to reface Jay maybe at Backlash. I don't know yet, but I would love to see that little run between Logan Paul and Jay Uso. Get
Interesting.
a lot of traction.
Give me
I think
Braun
so.
Breaker and Gunter. I'd like to see that match. Braun Breaker and Gunter.
It's oh god, that would be physical to say the least. I saw Paul Heyman did an interview because I guess I'm a little bit surprised at how much the talent and Triple H and Nick Khan are admitting that they pay attention to what happens on social media. And so you saw Paul Heyman's like, everybody's saying that Jey Uso doesn't belong in this spot. He goes, all he does is when he's on the marquee, sells tickets, t-shirts, sells all the. You probably saw the interview. He just went one by one by one by one. And like, do you really have? If you say the internet doesn't matter, and I stopped reacting to my Twitter because I would go, some idiot would insult me on something that I said, and they'd have 12 followers. Never do I have anybody that insults me that has over 50 followers. So it means if you don't buy into it, the world doesn't see it. It doesn't matter. Are you surprised, Tommy, that this week leading up to WrestleMania, that a lot of the top guys basically through their interviews admitted to paying attention to what Twitter wants and social media wants and what podcasts or shows like ours do or say?
Yeah, it's the pulse of everything, social media. It drives everything. Why didn't it matter last year when The Rock, the final boss, was in at TVs and he was cutting promos over social media? Triple H, you loved it then because he was advancing a storyline. But now talking about finishes or what I did in the past, let's face it, guys, we're in a different world. Social media dictates everything. You have to be in social media to be relevant in anything. Rock did it last year. This year, he was invisible. Not once did we see him talk about anything from when John Cena turned heel. Not a peep.
See that, and that's where I wanted to go, Tommy. I'm so glad that you went there. By the way, over 2,000 people watching right now. Thank you to everybody finding us on a WrestleMania night. Not only did he not show up, Tommy, you just hit nail on the head. There's got to be something bigger going on here because he's now on the board of directors. He is supposed to be the guy running everything behind the scenes. You see his right hand, Brian Gerwitz, who, by the way, little known fact, I subleased my first apartment in the WWE from Brian Gerwitz, who is Rock's right hand now. Not that you need to know that, but he has not once, not a video, not a comment, nothing. He hasn't commented on anything about this week, this weekend. Congratulations to Lex Luger. Nothing. So it tells me maybe there's something bigger going on here. And we've talked a lot about it the last 6 months on how tenuous is Triple H's role in the WWE. We don't know that for sure. But if Rock didn't show up and didn't even tweet, not an Instagram post, nothing, that to me speaks volumes of where the relationship is now. Because Rock also does not have a ton more time to be in the physical aspect of this business. What does it say to you, Raphael?
Yeah, heat. And maybe the love stories back on the rocks again because they were all lovey-dovey a couple months ago, and maybe not. Maybe the love story's over.
But what did I say, Raphael, on this show? I said, do not let all of that fool you. These two men despise each other. They always have. I've seen it. I've been in the room when we had a crossover segment, and I said to Rock, this looks way too long, 12 minutes. He stopped and looked at me with that smile that he has, $1 million. He says, Coach, what have I always taught you? If it's great, there's nothing the old man can say. Then he stopped, looked back at me and said, plus, do you know who's in the crossover tonight? And right then I knew. And what the crossovers is when you're in the middle of a 2-hour show. Thank you, Nate G, for becoming a premium member. Welcome to the team. when you have a match and then whoever else goes longer, your match gets shorter. That night in San Diego, Triple H had the crossover. So we went 12 minutes over. So whose match got shortened? Triple H.
Yep.
Triple H. This
Do you-
is... Go ahead,
Do
Raphael.
you think, Coach, do you think in the old regime this thing wouldn't get paid off tonight without Rock showing up?
Never.
Thank you.
They
Thank you.
either they wouldn't have done it
Right.
from the start, or they would have. Vince would have guaranteed that Rock was going to be there tonight. And everybody in our chat right now agrees. I haven't seen one person go, "Hey, man, I loved it." Nobody in the chat, "Hey, I loved it." And right now, I'm looking on social media. Everybody is shitting all over this finish, which tells you guys what I said it 2 hours ago. If the finish isn't right, nobody will care about anything else. And that's what's happening right now.
You're absolutely right, Coach. And let's face it, TKO is TKO. They can give a crap. There's no passion there like we used to have with the chairman, right? So who are they going to butt up against if there's an issue between, the final boss and HHH? Who are they butting up with, Coach?
Well, it's going to be The Rock.
Yeah, that's what
it's going to be The Rock. And this is diabolical. Shout out to my man Mike becoming a premium member. By the way, guys, Mike writes for SureDog. He's a big fan of what we do, a big supporter of what we do. So I appreciate him. And becoming a member, he doesn't have to do that. So thank you, Mike, for that. Incredible writer. Check him out at SureDog.com.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
So think about this as we dig a little, because I'm just trying to find exactly what's going on. So what if this was the case that Rock is thinking about long term, and that he was willing to sacrifice tonight in order for all this negativity to start, so that TKO and Netflix are saying, wait a second, why is it now? This could be way down the rabbit hole, but is it that far fetched that if The Rock doesn't do one thing after last year doing multiple 10+ minute promos on Instagram, this year not a peep, not a nothing, nada in the last 2.5 months? There's got to be something there. He would never do this unless something happened in the last 2 months.
Yeah.
Would he?
Then Vince Russo could be correct, because he says Triple H may not be there much longer.
And that's my point, Raphael, is that Rock's probably saying, you know what? I love making movies. I got a new one with Leonardo. I haven't had a hit in a while. Maybe, the WWE is going to be the end of like the last 25 years for me, because he's like lower, 50s. But maybe he wants Triple H out so badly that this was it. Newbie, if you want your voice to be heard, you can become a premium member. We'll read those, or a super sticker. Our newest member, Mike, says the most concerning carrot TKO has shown was the girl who was run into by Stone Cold's four-wheeler. At least they have empathy. Mike, that's a good point. All of a sudden, Nick Khan's out there in a heartbeat checking on the young lady in the front row that Stone Cold hit with the four-wheeler.
Yeah.
Where was Nick Khan sitting at that he got out there so quickly?
He sat, if you're coming down the aisle, he was right, stage right. In that first row with his family. And they gave Rock $30 million in stock. $30 million. And he doesn't show up.
That was the first one, Tommy. He got another payment too.
Yeah,
I know he did.
Yeah.
So what's the reason, man?
I mean, this is what's so crazy for everybody watching right now. Well over 2,000 people now. Is we have 14 matches to talk about. And this makes my point. We're talking about one. We go to talk about another one. We come back to that one because this was everything. And this is one thing that Vince always taught us. That's why the main event, back when they paid bonuses, got $1 million, because you earned it. You had the best storyline. You had the best thing going. And then you restart the next day. And now tomorrow, Tommy, Raphael, they're going to be in a meeting tonight. I guarantee you, there won't be any party. You know what they have coming up next? They booked a roast tonight. A roast that starts in 2 hours in Las Vegas on YouTube.
That guy better be rewriting his roast, because I would have a full roast just on the last match we just saw.
Coach, I have a question. Let me flip this a little bit for you.
Okay.
How do you think Cena feels about this, the way they laid out this match and no Rock, and he still wins the title, but the match was the drizzling shits?
I think he's furious.
Oh,
I think right now he's furious.
I totally agree with you.
I'm playing everything backwards in my mind, going all the way back to the entrances tonight. And I know he was playing the heel. I know, but when you look at that reaction that he had tonight, maybe he knew what was coming. And he knew these guys aren't stupid. These guys they knew that this would be the drizzling shits. And sometimes you go out there and you probably thought about it all day long, and then you say, you know what? Okay, I'll do it. I've seen that happen a million times. Okay, I'll do it. And
I mean,
that's what they got.
I'm not gonna have Rock come down and hug me for this. Like,
he sold his soul.
yeah.
Now again,
His
storyline
whole
people.
career.
He
His
sold
whole
his
career.
soul. It says, I hope Cena checked the maybe so. All right, so we've hit on night 2. I think, let's go to night 1 and let's talk about something positive, or maybe not. I didn't see a lot of the reaction I got. I go to see a lot of people on social media who I respect in the wrestling business just to see how they reacted to it. And I correctly predicted, gentlemen, that Jey Uso would start night 1 simply because of his entrance. And they wanted everybody yeeting. They wanted to be hot start. They got that. I thought the match was better than expected. Tommy, he's your new world heavyweight champion. He was completely drunk by the time the night was over. He was completely plastered by 2 a.m. at Live nightclub. But what did you make of the fact they decided the most important belt on Raw would kick off the show? And it was like the worst kept secret in wrestling, which is why they tried to lift him up, defend him, and why all those people, Paul Heyman, Triple H, Nick Khan, defended Jey Uso all week, because they knew they wanted the crowd to believe he's a worthy world heavyweight champion.
Yeah, you know what, Coach? They gave him the title, right? He has to bring his game up big time, because it was an embarrassment watching that press conference and him being loaded, and every other word was yeet. Your vocabulary has to change big time. You know why, Jay? You're carrying the title. You're representing TKO in WWE. And for you not even to put, it was word salad. Word salad. I could understand what you were saying. And every other word was yeet. And I'll give him a pass a little bit. He won the title, but man, you don't get totally drunk. You got to have a little respect for what you do. You just won the title, and you come in this press conference and nobody knew what the hell he was talking about. And moving forward, Coach, he has to up his game 50%. 50% on going shows like Jimmy Fallon, Kimmel, any other shows, putting situations, because he can't be just saying yeet, yeet, yeet all the time. It all has to change now, Coach.
They need to have a media coach with him. They need to sit him down, teach him how to do it. I saw an interview, and they stopped it like 3 times with Jackie Redmond. So, Jackie, my dog, my dog, my dog. Well, Cody Rhodes, when he was champion the last year, you don't see him doing my dog, my dog. Now, I don't need him in a 3-piece suit everywhere. He does have a cool factor to him. But you got to be able, when you're done, walking on to Jimmy Fallon, walking on to Jimmy Kimmel, walking on to the Raw recap show, and Raphael, have a conversation, so when the casual fan, which is what they're trying to get to with like the Travis Scotts of the world, they need to tell him, you got to have that casual fan over there. When they stop and watch you, they got to go, man, that's somebody. What we saw drunk on the podium, first of all, I wouldn't have let him go out there. I would have been like, if I'm Kasama or anybody, Kasama's been there forever, I would have been like, hey, and talk to somebody and say, listen, how about we have him meet tomorrow with the media? Because that was embarrassing, and that's all anybody played. There was nothing good about Jey Uso last night, and then they cut Raphael to the video of him in the nightclub. That's okay. That's 3 in the morning. That's fine. But in front of the media that was packed into that room, oh my God. Oh my God. Raphael, your take.
Let's look at the family. Look how Roman Reigns carried himself when he would go on shows, always in a nice suit, maybe not a tie, but a jacket. Go into the family and see what the family did. I think that's what Jey Uso, he can still do the yeet when he's asked, not do it for every answer or for every question he has to answer. He doesn't need to do the yeet. Just be professional. Do what Roman did and you'll be all right. But I don't mind the drinking of that, because that was his first title. Maybe besides without his brother, but the drunk is what I mind. I don't mind him having a cocktail with him at the press. The drunk was the one that I didn't like.
It's you got to be better. By the way, producer man just let me know that apparently Dom is meeting with the media right now, and the crowd is chanting, "You deserve it." I'm telling you, there's something to be learned by him winning tonight. That the crowd, and when you're a really good heel, guys, the crowd will boo you because they know that's what they're supposed to do. And deep down, this happened with The Rock 27 years ago when he was the biggest heel in Nation of Domination and all that. They break him out on his own, and all of a sudden he becomes the biggest babyface of all time. That's the beauty of the wrestling business. Tommy, are you surprised that the crowd is so into him winning tonight, even what it's been 2 hours now, 2.5 hours at least?
Yeah, I was very surprised that they were into. I mean, I didn't hear one boo. He got a huge pop. By the way, man, if they flicked him babyface, he could be a huge Latino star, which they need right now, and they don't have that. So, Triple H, are you listening to the internet now? You listening to all the fans tonight, putting him over like $1 million? I'm sure he's listening to that, Coach, and he knows he's got something there with Dominic Mysterio because the kid has charisma and he's funny as hell. Him and Liv working together is phenomenal, just phenomenal. Man, he's just going right up, boy, right up the ladder, big time.
The young version of Eddie Guerrero, right now, in our eyes,
God,
right in our eyes. We have.
Well, producer man, and producer, if you have a chance and you can load that up, if not, no big deal. I just got a picture. He's on with Big E right now in the post show. He's got a big fur coat on. He's playing the part. Premium member Nate says this happened with me and Coach. Hated Coach until I realized the work he was putting in. Hey, when you're doing it right, when you're a heel, you want that booze. It's like music to your ears. But the one thing I'm not going to do is then walk out and kiss babies if you're a big time heel, and you're never going to see Dom do that. No. You're not, Dom does not walk out and when he doesn't sit down with Van Vliet, what does he do? I hate people at the airport. I hate people here. Leave me alone. What a heel does, and you can still do a great interview. You can still do a great interview. All right. So speaking of the New Day, they become whatever the 13-time tag team champions of the world. They beat the War Raiders. Congratulations.
Thank God for that. Thank God for that.
Let's get ready to say the same thing. Congratulations.
Jade Cargill, she won, but I don't know if you guys have seen social media. She's making the rounds for a wardrobe malfunction. Let's call it that.
Plus 701. Would there be a wardrobe malfunction from a female? 701. If you had that, I think we had 41 tickets written on it. Congratulations.
Does that supplies the wardrobe when it comes out like that?
We graded it as a yes. So.
It's a yes. It was a yes. Okay, that's a yes. That's a yes.
Yes. 7-1.
I thought she looked. I thought she looked probably the best she's ever looked. Knowing a few stories from backstage made even funnier as she was training one-on-one with Ricky Starks this particular week. If you know, you know. That one made me laugh. Naomi did a shoot interview for the Busted Open After Dark crowd and basically said that she was here before all the girls before and she's going to be here through all the girls after. And I'm like, Naomi, you're literally a seat filler. And I adore her. She's just a super nice person. But she's a lot like Bayley. They're great for house shows.
Oh, man.
Ouch, that's cold, Coach.
All right, let me ask you a question. And if I'm not being okay, or if we're coming to your town, we're coming to the Big Easy, Raphael, and I go, hey, who's a female star you hope to show up? How many names are you going to say before you get to Naomi?
You're right, but I'm just saying it's cold.
Tiffy Time, Charlotte, Liv Morgan. You want me to go on?
That's what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. I know.
It happens with me at the PFL. I'm trying to get them to understand. Guys, you can't get emotionally invested in these. They have both had an incredibly long run. But if you, like tonight, what happened? Becky Lynch comes back, huge star. And you felt that. So now Bayley, to me, Naomi, comparatively speaking. They've had a nice run, boys, but sometimes it's got to end, and then you got to bring in fresh new talent. Now, have I seen any of that new LFG show? No, I have not, but they've got to be out there somewhere. And it's not right. Naomi or Bayley. So let's
maybe a doctor from another show, maybe. Just saying.
Hey, Coach, I got a quick question for you. Do you think
talk to me.
They were going to give the title to Charlotte last night? They would have brought Becky out last night?
I would have thought what I would have done is, and this shows I have I can't tell. I have information. Let's say
Oh,
that.
okay.
I have information on what went down last night after that match took place.
Oh,
Everybody, close your ears. Tell us.
And neither female was happy with the result or
Really?
how it was done.
wow.
Okay. So what I would have done to protect both is I'm quite sure that Charlotte didn't like losing to Tiffany. So in order to protect her as one of the all-time great, hey DG, why are you pushing people to another show? What are you doing in the chat? My God.
Oh,
It's like literally, hey, go watch them. Go watch them. What the hell? So to me, you bring her out. She helps Tiffy Time beat Charlotte Flair. Now Charlotte can say once again, Becky interfered, cost me the shot. Now that's where you can go.
yeah, good point.
That's what I would have done.
Yeah,
That's
me
what
too.
I would have done.
Yeah.
Because in reality now you've got Charlotte who does not this guys, this is real. The animosity is real.
Yes.
They don't like each other, and they were both cussing each other out at their respective bars last night. I will say that.
Whoa.
Okay? At their respective bars last night.
What does WWE, or you guys probably seen it with, since you guys read, what do they do with that? I mean, I know they're going to be professional, but how do you separate, or how do you?
Wow.
The more separate it, Vince would have leaned into it. He
right.
used to always say the best rivalries and storylines are the ones that are real. The ones that are real. There was one, I'm not going to bring it up now because I don't want to blow up the internet again, but there was one where a guy was with a girl who was the girl of a guy, and the guy found out. And Vince turned it into a real-life rivalry on the show. And they would get in fights backstage. People had to break them up all the time. Could not even walk by each other without fighting. That's how serious it got. So the matches were amazing.
See, I thought last match was horrible, and I felt the tension between them, the real tension. That's why I thought the match was poor.
Okay, well, the guys I'm talking about are complete pros and great. When you're not a pro or you're super young, Tiffy Time is so young in the business, and she probably lets you gotta shut down your feelings when you walk out that curtain because you're both making a lot of money, and if you don't work together, guess where that payday goes the next time? To somebody else.
Okay.
To somebody else. And if you're Charlotte and you're gone by over a year, you've got to come back and say, you know what? Yes, I'm one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time. But what I'm not going to do is come in and try to steamroll these new girls that have held it down for me while I was hurt. She should have been grateful. She should have been like, hey, let's work together. And everything we say can be a shoot, but we know that it's not.
Yep.
That's what you do. You say nothing's off the table. I know with Cena and Cody, they did that, which is why Cody's stuff has been so good.
Yeah.
Because Cena knew what was coming. That's what you do. You don't hate each other so much and say, oh, I'll talk to you like right before we go. No. This is the biggest stage of them all. There are very few. It's like a pyramid. The higher you go, the less spots there are. Ladies, there's about 6 main event spots for you across all the shows. You want to screw that up? Keep doing what you're doing.
Yep.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Yep.
It's absolute bullshit. And now you got Becky coming back, and she's going to be a part of a tag team, but I promise you it won't be for very long.
Not for long.
No.
It won't be for very. It gives Lyra the rub, comes back, they lose the tag title, she goes on a run, and she goes after Tiffy Time, or who's the female champion on Raw? I can't remember.
Io.
That's why I can't remember. All right.
See?
Now, other things from night number 2. Oh, Dolt says worst WrestleMania is trending on X. See? That's what I'm talking about, boys. It only takes one. If that ending would have been great, you'd flip it on its head. Oh, it was the greatest WrestleMania of all time. That's what they would have said. Yep. So the predictability of last night continued, Tommy. Jacob Fatu. I don't think anybody thought LA Knight was ever going to win that match. It was athletic. Nope. What did you make of Fatu becoming the new United States champion?
I think he's the new beast, man. He's the new Brock Lesnar in a different way. Don't get it twisted. Brock is Brock, and he's in his own world. But this kid, man, he's got the sky's the limit. And you know why the sky's the limit? Because he's a hell of a worker in the ring, and he does some sick spots. for a man that size. I remember Bam Bam Bigelow doing that stuff, and we were like, holy crap, do you see this guy with the tattoo on his head? My God, that's what Jacob Fatu reminds me of. And I like the way his persona is, the way he screams at you. He's just wild. I love him coming in with the mask and everything. Sky's the limit. He could be a big time heel for a long time in this company. And he's got a lot of legs, man, a lot of legs to run with it.
I think if he can learn how to cut a promo and learn how to
Yes.
talk, that's going to be the next big step he needs to take, because he is a beast. What did you make of Fatu's performance tonight, Raphael?
His ring stuff is just outstanding, and the sky's the limit. But you nailed it. He needs to work on the mic. He can. I think he can, but he just needs to work on it. Because you know what? I love when he's just screaming and all that. And he's got spit hanging on him because it's real. I'm like, wow. If I was in the ring, I'd be scared. I'm like, oh, this guy has spit hanging off his beard. I just love his ring antics. It's just phenomenal.
Oh, here we go. Oh, that's not. All right, so producer man just sent me a picture real quick, guys. And that is not the John Cena of today. Congrats to my great friend John Cena on becoming a 17-time champion. It was only a matter of time. You and Cody Rhodes put on an instant classic. Much respect. Woo. Hashtag WrestleMania. Clearly, this picture is not from backstage because A, Ric Flair is not there, and B, this is Cena from about 15 or 20 years ago. But
so it was a tweet from Flair.
Is a tweet from Flair with an old picture of the two of them standing next to each other. That was kind of funny this week that Flair said that because he works for AEW, he wasn't allowed to show up at WrestleMania. Come on. Well, it's a moment in wrestling history, and that's another layer I would have thrown into this. I would have had Flair there. He's breaking what many consider to be the greatest wrestling record of all time, and he's not there to walk down that aisle. And Ric Flair will present. You know, you could have that. You know, he would have asked for 25 large to show up, but hey, that's just Flair. But again, it's you're talking about 17 in The Rock, and you didn't involve Ric Flair at all. Nothing. And that also speaks to what we talk about, guys. They don't want him involved. TKO doesn't want Ric Flair involved with this version of the WWE. They don't want people talking about Ric Flair as the greatest of all time. That's why they should put it on Cena. They don't want that. They didn't even want him involved. You guys see what they did in hockey, right? Hockey, they have Wayne Gretzky following around Alex O for 3 or 4 games. So he was there when he broke his record. That's what they should have done.
And that's the only reason why
it's not that hard. It's not that hard. What'd you say, Tommy?
Why it was done, Coach, and you know it. To get it off of Flair and put it on Cena.
And I can't honestly say that so many things that Flair has done the last several years, and I used to be very, very close with him, and I don't want to make this about Flair, but when you're talking about a predetermined record, I say this all the time, if they would have wanted me to be a 17-time world champion, guess what? I could have been a 17-time world champion. Right. But it's about who deserves it, what the fans want, who climbs that ladder, who becomes the biggest star, and they don't want to work with Ric Flair anymore.
Nope.
You know, Ric Flair has at 78 or 79, whatever he is, 76, he still posts pictures of him working out. He still, when they brought out this match, he started posting pictures of him working out like he had one more in him at 76.
Sorry, darling.
And then you have your daughter who goes on talk show saying, I don't want to be like my dad. Another shot. And then you've got a daughter in Charlotte who's becoming very difficult to work with. You can't be that way in these days. You've got to be easy. You got to pass it down. You got to do all that kind of stuff. Let's close it out, guys, because we can talk about this stuff all night. We're going to be live tomorrow for The Last Word, right after Monday Night Raw. But let's hit on that main event from last night. Universally, it seemed like people loved it. Almost 30 minutes in entrances alone with Seth, Roman, and then CM Punk. I thought the CM Punk package was phenomenal, and ultimately not one but 2 low blows. I thought it was really well constructed, Tommy, and you brought out the chair. There's no disqualification in a triple threat match. That's very, very key. And the chair, everybody thought, okay, when he screws over CM Punk, the laughing from Roman, he gets to the Roman, goes back. Roman didn't even think for a second that Paul Heyman was going to nut shot him. He does. Chair shot, curb stomp. Seth Rollins is now with Paul Heyman. Your take, Tommy.
It was poetry in motion, Coach, right? It all starts with the chair, and it's all about telling stories. And we talk. I know I hit that hard all the time, but that's how you get the emotion, how you get involved, and you want to see this match and see what's going to happen here. It's all about emotion and storytelling. Nobody does it better than them three. They're three top superstars. They're going to be on the Mount Rushmore someday of WWE. And the key to the whole thing was the wise man. And for me, doing a main event because of a wise man or a manager, I didn't like that whole thing. But the way they told the story and what's going to happen next, I can't wait to see on Raw what Rollins is going to have to say. Where's Roman go from here, right? What's going on with Punk? I think Punk is the wildcat here. He can give two crap, even though they're really tight. But I can do this. I'm a lone wolf. I can do it. I'm really interested to see what happens to Roman Reigns now. And Seth and the wise man together, pretty interesting.
It is very interesting. I also like the fact that they kept the cameras rolling after the match, and I think they did that for a reason, so they can use it down the road. It was Roman with CM Punk behind him, and then CM Punk ultimately kissed the mat and said, "I did this," or "I finally made it," something like that. So the moment still meant a lot to him. Raphael, what did Seth Rollins go off as when that match started?
He went off as minus 110. He opened up at plus 240. Now Paul Heyman to walk out with him after the match was 3-1. Everyone was betting CM Punk. That's why everyone thought CM Punk was going to win. They were going to walk out together. So that was a big shocker. But Tommy hit it correctly. It was a shock and awe, the whole match. I thought the whole match was impressive. Just when Roman Reigns came out, he was so jacked last night. I mean, he had a six-pack. His arms were huge. Just to walk out of Roman Reigns, I'm like, wow, this is going to be a good match. Just from his walkout, I can't believe what I watched last night, and I'm going to come back. And what I watched tonight, it's apples and
oranges.
No, not even oranges. It's apples and candy corn because I hate candy.
Casey said last night was hero. Tonight is a zero.
Wow.
That's a pretty good one. One of the takeaways I had, somebody in the chat, I think Darian just said it too, is we've lost sight of what a finisher is. And last night, all three guys hit their finishers multiple times and were kicking out of them. And then, like Darian said, then we get a low blow from Paul Heyman, and that keeps you down for 3 minutes when you just took a finisher from a legit WWE superstar. It doesn't make any sense. Maybe if John Cena's giving you a nut shot, but not a Paul Heyman nut shot. And I know what Paul would say, Coach. Yeah, I got the creativity. Right. Don't let the facts get in the way of a good story. Blah, 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 blah. At least they thought out a good finish, unlike tonight.
Yeah.
But now it's going to be really on, to me, Seth and his wife, girlfriend, whatever Becky is, they now carry the Raw brand, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to carry this Raw brand, and Jey Uso. But think about how different the SmackDown brand is. And how much will John Cena show up? Because a lot of the stars are over there. I'd say a majority, right? Roman's over there. You got Cody over there. So how much is Cena really going to be around? I know tomorrow. Then he's advertised for something in May. It's going to be interesting. But if I'm Seth and I'm Becky, I'm licking my chops because this is all you want, Tommy, is you want to have the opportunity to be the man without being a champion. And Seth right now doesn't need the title.
You're absolutely right, Coach. And it just ramps everything up now. Now you got Becky. It changes the whole playing field in the women's division now of Becky being there and how many different ways they can go. They can either go with Charlotte. They could have her be a run with Tiffany. She's a tag title. How long is she going to keep that for? And the same thing with Rollins with the wise man. He can have a run at a title, right? There's so many things that you can do with this now. Now we're going to see the most popular Raw of all every year is after Mania. Let's see where these storylines go, Coach.
Hey, at least they have all 24 hours to celebrate a shit ending. What if we did this, guys, where we have now, remember when Stephanie started dating Triple H and eventually Vince fed into that storyline, power couple? Or what if we had Seth and Becky eventually as a power couple? They've never really acknowledged their relationship on TV. They talk about it in promos, other people do, but what if they became a dynamic duo with Paul Heyman as
Wow.
their guy?
Wow.
That'd be interesting.
Wasn't that the Authority back in the day? Like, wasn't he Authority with Seth and Heyman and I think Triple H? Well, obviously, he would be. Am I right or wrong on that? I'm vaguely thinking of the Authority, and maybe
They had
want to
a
rehash
female
that.
they had a female in it.
They didn't have a female, but look, times change. So you put.
I just want those two. I don't want like a huge group.
Yeah.
I think those two, they could literally run Raw, and it would be believable to me.
Oh, definitely believable.
But what about SmackDown? What if they give Cody some time off, and then Roman's not going to be there full time? I mean, SmackDown I think is in trouble, and it's 3 hours.
I think Cody is.
It's really in trouble. They'll never admit it because this is what we used to talk about, Raphael, when we were there. We'd be like, man, you live in this bubble for 7 days. You've got people from all over the world coming in, spending every last dollar they freaking have. You see now they have 8,000 shows a day when they're there. You don't even know where they're going. Just, you know.
Yeah.
And now that bubble bursts. And now tomorrow, you've got to now start the next. You're going to see a bunch of people getting fired in the next 2 to 3 weeks. It always happens. And then you got to say, how do we get to SummerSlam? It's 4 months. What are we going to do? As if they did what everybody wants, is you go away for a month. You come back at the end of May. Now, we haven't seen this for 4 weeks. Now, that's pie in the sky because it's never going to happen. It's too much money. But that's what they should do. It's the only large-scale entertainment or sports that doesn't have a break.
Right.
Yeah.
So the only way to get a break is to not be on TV, and that's what Roman did. And what happened? You look how good he looked. He'd been living in the gym.
Man,
he was off for 2 months. You didn't see him. Gym every day, shredded.
Yeah.
Cody, I don't know if he's wired in a way, guys, to take time off.
I don't think he is. I agree with you. I don't think he.
I think he deserves a time off.
He
Yes.
does. That rat race has been going for 2 years.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just don't think he's ever going to do it. But I'll be honest with you. If I had Cody's life right now, keep running me out there. Pay me my $10 million plus. I'm good to go. I'll do all, you know. It's when you're him. His life is. It's so easy. Meaning, you got a driver. You have a person that sets everything up. All you got to do is get in the car and go. Get in the, make sure you're working out. It's not like you and I where we're we got to get through security. We got to make sure we're there 3 hours early. No, his life's very different, and you can focus on performing.
And he looks like $1 million, man, every time.
It really is. All right, real quick before we get out of here, for those of you who are premium members, we're going to have our first happy hour on Tuesday. Stay tuned to social media for the time for that. One final take from all three of us on WrestleMania 41 now in the rear view mirror. Raphael, I'll start with you.
I still think we're going to talk about Saturday's finale than Sunday's finale. We're going to still talk about the negativity of Sunday's finale, but I think the positive is going to be all about Saturday's finale.
Tommy, what about you? Final take.
All in all, day one wasn't as great, but the main event saved it. Day two was great, but this main event didn't save it. It was just very, very, very disappointing. Very disappointing.
And my final take is that you can put lipstick on a pig. You can do a lot of different things. You can do stuff for 6 days. It all comes down to what you do in the main event at WrestleMania. That's what everybody talks about. That's what everybody focuses on. And when you had some of the biggest stars in the world and you set a record for the most World Heavyweight Championship title runs in history, you've got to pay it off in a major way. 12 months ago, Cody Rhodes climbed the mountain and got it done, and the place went absolutely bananas because the storyline made sense. There's a lot going on behind the scenes that we do not know about. And the fact that The Rock did not even breathe on Las Vegas is very, very alarming and red flags for me all over the place. I cannot wait to see what happens over the course of the next 24 hours and also the course of the next 3 months. Of course, we'll be here to cover it every single week, multiple times a week. For Raphael, for Big Tommy, for producer Dan, producer Man, I'm the coach. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Don't forget our daily sports and sports betting show at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. It's Coach and Company. Until then, I hope you found something to enjoy for WrestleMania. Until next time, I'm the coach. Thanks for hanging out with us. Take care.